Come on. Hey, hi guys! Sorry for the lateness. My computer decided to go, ooh, white screen. Let's turn everything off. So, hi, welcome to Reed's Readers for our Chaotic Wilds presents Tea and Tarot live show. I'm just gonna say I don't know how the hell this show's gonna go, but we're gonna do it as we go.
Yeah, we'll
And
figure it out.
for those who usually join on live shows and stuff, if you guys want to join, let us know and we'll send you a link. Um, Obviously, I'm Clint from Reed's Readers because you're on my channel, and I am the lovely acolyte to the gorgeousness next to me. I'll let her introduce herself.
Well, hello, I am Hope, the priestess for the Chaotic Wilds. And yeah, we're here to honestly just have some fun.
Yes. So I'm like, again, we were sitting there. I was sitting there trying to think all day of how this show was gonna go, and I'm like, I don't know.
I marketed it as chatting, tea, and tarot. Will it end up being that? Who knows?
Yeah.
Or will we end up somehow spilling the other kind of tea? Who
Ooh, do we
knows?
have any of that type of tea to
I don't
spill?
know, but
Ooh, this could get juicy. I don't know. That was stupid.
also I love my cup. It says stress. The confusion created when one's mind overrides the body's basic desire to choke the living shit out of some asshole who desperately deserves it. If that ain't the tea, I don't know what is.
um, I chose flowers because it's also the biggest cup I have. What kind of tea are you drinking?
It is a apple cinnamon.
Ooh, I am doing a pomegranate frost.
Ooh.
And I thought you would appreciate this, but my coaster is Heartstopper.
I want to get. I remember when you got those, and I was like, I want them.
I only got one. She thought it was a set of 4, but it's only
Uh,
one. And she was like, that makes sense for the price. Ooh, we have people here. I see that Sam is here. Hi, Sam.
we have the goddess with
Yes, the
us.
goddess herself. Sam, if you would like to join us on this live show and kind of help us figure out how to do. I, you've done more readings on lives than I have. So, hi, Melissa. Welcome. Karina, welcome.
Hello.
And yes, I was having technical difficulties. Thank you, Hope.
After a couple of minutes, I was like, I should probably warn people so that they don't think we forgot or like we're ignoring them or something.
Oh, and Karina is an acolyte for the Coven of Knights. Here joining us, thank God. Oh, send you the linky link. Okay. Do 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 do. Ooh, no, we are not gonna open up another StreamYard. Thank you.
That would be chaotic.
Copy. Oh, that really would be chaotic, and not in a good way.
Especially with the computer issues.
Hello. Ooh, ooh. I forgot I sent her that picture. That popped up, and I was like, "Ooh, Bone Collector, what?" It's one of those spinoffs for Only James. I sent you the link, Sam, goddess. Which also, because I sent you that picture earlier, I'm like, I really have to catch up on Necessary Evils because my Jericho boys are getting books, and I'm like, I love them. But it keeps sliding, so I won't wear it all. the time, but hey. Wanted to prove that we're the wilds. So how's your reading going?
It's going pretty good, especially considering that last month I was in a slump. I've definitely gotten out of that slump, which is really good. I think I've read my spreadsheet's open so I can just look at it. 10 books this month, although one I haven't logged yet because I don't know how many pages it is because it's an arc. So I will have to wait to submit that once I find out the exact page count, which I should find out soon because it comes out in 2 weeks.
So I have logged 9. Well, okay, I have finished 9 books, logged all 9 plus a DNF because I made it 249 pages into Haunting Adeline before I DNF'd it.
Yeah.
And Sam said in one of her little things that DNFs count as long as you read 50 pages.
Yep. Which is fair.
And I was like 249 pages. I think that's at least 50 pages.
Definitely.
But finding out that Haunting Adeline is 600 and something pages, I went, what?
That's what scares me because I'm like, I'm going to end up wanting to just binge both books back to back. And I'm like, that's going to be a lot of time.
See, I think you would like it. Me, on the other hand, not so much. And we have a Sam joining us. Me. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Hello.
And hi, Tori. Tori's joined us in the comments. At the same time, Sam popped in.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yes. It's not a Chaotic Wilds live show if there's not a little chaos at the beginning, apparently.
No, it's not a live show with us if somebody doesn't just randomly show up.
That too. Or computer issues of some kind. Normally it's Nikki who has those.
Yes.
Or
Definitely.
me. I usually have the issues especially with this computer.
True.
And I see that you're making tea.
Yes.
What kind of tea are you making?
Earl Grey with lavender.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put some honey with it.
To be fair, the only reason I'm having apple cinnamon is that's the only tea that we have in the house right now.
I wanted a fruity tea. That's why I went with the pomegranate frost, because it was either that or I was just going to do bohea. I can never pronounce it right. It's the same tea that they did in the Boston Harbor, that they sunk in the Boston Harbor. My mom bought it for me in Sulphur, Oklahoma.
I have a pretty decent selection of tea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, here, over is tea. And then a random bag of coffee.
See, I have lots of teas too, but some of them aren't open yet. And they're for specific things. Like one's a divination tea, one's like a meditation tea. And I was like, I don't want to do the divination because I'm scared already with us doing tarot. I don't want to get a little too accurate for people and it get way too scary.
That reminds me, I have a divination oil that I got from one of my local shops that I need to use, but I had gotten, this is my newest tea, is from a local coffee shop. It's a rhubarb, but it's pumpkin cheesecake. And it smells heavenly.
What?
Yes. And it's a loose leaf tea.
If only you could just like pass a little bit through the screen so we could try
the thing and we'll go make a new pot of tea.
Exactly.
Sprinkle it in.
Exactly. Give us 15 minutes.
And Tori says she has a whole drawer full of teas. Her and her cousin and a group of her friends have tea parties, or we try to have a tea party at least once a month. That is really cool.
Yes, I spill water everywhere.
I need to get into tea more. Because when in doubt, when I have a glass of tea, I'm like, I enjoy it. But I just never do it on a normal occurrence. And then when I have one, like right now, I might go make myself another cup.
Yeah, I try to have at least 1 cup of tea every day. I especially drink a lot of tea at work.
I drink a lot of sweet tea. every day. But I used to be very against hot teas because in my head I was like, oh, they're all full of caffeine. I can't have them, whatever. I can have black
Little
tea.
did you know.
Little did I know that herbal teas were caffeine free. And my first induction to herbal teas was sleepy time tea because I was having a really hard time sleeping after my sister had passed. So a friend of mine was like, I'm making you a cup of tea and you're freaking drinking it. No matter what you say, you're going to drink it. Do you want sugar or honey? And I was like, sugar. She's like, how do you like your sweet tea? And that'll tell me what to make your tea. And I was like, we call it diabetes sweet tea because it'll cause diabetes. Because we're from the South, darling. McDonald's isn't sweet enough. Listen. Us in the South, we like our sugar.
Yeah. I thought about putting some of my homemade either blueberry or elderberry syrup in it, but I just kind of want it plain right now.
See, with the pomegranate frost, I have to use sugar. I tried to do honey with it, and it changes the flavor of the tea, and it tastes got like a weird aftertaste.
Yeah.
Because the frost part of it, there's some type of peppercorn. It's not a pink peppercorn. It's a different peppercorn that's in it that gives it that
spice.
That spicy kick in your throat, and it's supposed to help your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have about 50-50 caffeine and not, but I have like 2 different sleep teas. Sleep tea is the bomb. Listen, when you need to sleep. There used to be one that I need to go back to Winco and see if I can get again, which was a sleepy kind of tea. Like it's a calming tea that had like roses and pink peppercorns and stuff in it. That I used to drink a cup every night before bed, and it calms my anxiety.
Yeah, I have plain chamomile, and then I have chamomile with lavender that I get from one of my stores.
See,
like the Earl Grey with lavender is a blend that I get from the store that's closest to my office, and it's like my favorite place to get tea.
Chamomile keeps me awake. I'm weird with chamomile.
Did I do that right?
No.
No, I did not.
Also, for Hope, I know you probably will read this series, the Flock series, or the Ravenhood, whatever, that the girls have been raving about.
Yeah.
I was watching Steph's new video. Steph Book Loves. The one who's best friends with Jade.
I braid farting on her.
Her. Blonde. I can't think of her channel name. But she went book shopping. Steph Loves.
Steph Loves.
She went book shopping today. And she picked up off the shelf at Waterstones a black edition of Flock. And I went,
ooh.
There's a black edition? So I sent the video to the girls, and I'm like, here.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, Karina bought it.
Cindy says hi. Hi, Sandy. Thank you for that Waterstones info because the series has been secured. Even though, didn't y'all just spend $100 and something on a box set with exclusive editions in it?
Yep, they did.
You don't have to talk about that. That's fine.
They're like me. It's like, should I buy this? No. Did I already buy it? Yes.
I mean, you and I are the ones when it comes to Red, White, and Royal Blue. We're like, how many editions do we need of this book?
True.
All of the editions.
True. I'm honestly so glad that I slept through my alarm yesterday because it saved me money buying a book that I need it, but I just don't have the money.
Karina, sir. And then Karina, I will not divulge my bookish expenses.
I mean, I can admit that I spent over $1,000 last year on books.
Listen.
Should I have done that? No.
Listen, my channel is slowly changing on what type of books I'm reading. And you can't buy the books that I want to read from anywhere besides places like Amazon. I'm going to check Barnes & Nobles and Waterstones and stuff like that. But because they're indie published and a lot of my authors are only strictly through Amazon,
Yeah.
I'm going to be spending bukus by the end of this year.
Yeah, like, I'm honestly surprised, like, Clint, for our project, we'll call it, that we're doing, that we're announcing next month. Shockingly, all 3 of the books are available through Indigo. So I'm like,
And all 3 are KU.
I know, but my brain goes, I want
So-
paperbacks.
So I got book mail today.
Ooh.
Yeah. This showed up on our doorstep when we got home from his mom's house, and it's a really pretty cover too.
It
And
really
it's
is.
her first fantasy book in
Is
like
she
years.
the murder bots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I also love how you held it up, and me and Clint just saw a book and just went, ooh.
Magpies
We're like, ooh. How to hit
was the book.
You'll have to tell me if that's any good, because I haven't
Yeah.
read Murder Bots because Murder Bots is sci-fi, and I'm
Yeah.
not really a sci-fi person.
This actually comes out at the end of the month.
Wow.
Even though I technically recently bought a sci-fi,
Oh wait, you're making fucking mac and cheese.
I mean,
and
I'll
I
have
showed
to
you Hope.
do-
It was during your live reading sprints that I showed you.
Oh, that one.
It's a sci-fi dystopian, and that is so not me.
No,
But there's a trans main character. That's why I bought it.
yeah. To
Yeah,
be fair,
but
I don't
it
remember
sounds
much
pretty
from
good.
that live, so that's why I forgot.
We talked till almost 4 in the morning afterwards.
I swear, I'm still recovering from that live, I think. I'm gonna be recovering from that for the rest of the month. Like, my sleep schedule is still messed up from that somehow.
Karina's not the only one that bought the whole series from Waterstones. Both Nikki and Dana have. Karina, would you like to pass it along to Kaylani so Kaylani can know too?
Just have all y'all buy it.
I am rereading, or at least reattempting, book 1 next month.
Ooh.
Because I gave them a challenge. They have to read the first one in Fake Boyfriend series. And I will finish Flock. Because I've been told it doesn't have the things that Haunting Adeline had. I will finish Flock. I am at work, but I thought I heard in the background our Flock purchases being discussed. Yes, y'all bought them.
Yeah, we're just talking now at this point about buying way too many books and all that.
Tori says, because of allergy season and work, I almost have no voice. Tea and cough medicine is one of the only things now that's working. I feel that, girl. I am happy to say that I have just completed my Waterstone purchase. And I cannot wait to see all of them together because I only saw one of them in the video. And they look like they were traditionally published.
I think it did get picked up at some point, so that's probably... I'm Googling it. What traditionally published?
I
can spell?
I'm waiting for some of these Momo romances to get traditionally published so that I can buy 2 editions of them. And Mr. Rorsori is reading Dragonfall by L.R. Ram, non-binary person plus dragon. What? You say non-binary and dragons?
Clint's like running to Amazon to check out.
And adding it to my wish list. If my Amazon will work. My Amazon just totally like went backwards. I think my phone is trying to tell me. Oh, that's the one that Jade got in her video
Oh, nice.
when she went shopping.
Ooh.
Because pretty cover and dragon. She didn't even look at the synopsis. She just bought the hardback.
I
'Cause-
wish I could just do that.
Hello?
I
Good
aspire
God, it's
to just be able.
$25?
Ooh. That's
Oh,
like.
well, it's an adult hardback. Girl, okay, I added a book to one of my wish lists yesterday, and it pained me to do, but the book sounds so good. And the edition looks so pretty. Let me pull it up. It pained me because this is an indie published paperback. It is $25.99 for the paperback.
We're gonna see how I can balance everything.
Yeah, the thing is, though, it's like when you think about it, is like how many pages is it? What is there any special?
It's 542 pages.
Okay, that makes sense because the thing is I know this a little like behind the scenes things of how much paperbacks cost from having bought my own paperback from Amazon. It's like, ooh,
it looks like a magazine cover. And the
wow.
whole series looks like that.
Damn.
And I was tempted to get the hardback, but the hardback's $36.
Yikes.
And I was like, okay. And there's 7 books in that series, and they all are the same price. And I went,
nope.
Wish list it is. And if I get it, cool. If I don't, cool.
Yeah. But like the price is just because of the bigger the book, the more expensive it's going to be to print, which means if the author wants to make money, especially if they have it so that it's like expanded distribution, which means that their book can go into like bookstores and all that, you have to do expanded distribution, which lowers your royalty rate, which means that if you want to make even $1 profit, you might have to have a $20-$25 paperback.
Which is fine. It's just like I saw the price and I just went, ow.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know, trust me.
Is Sam getting French fries?
No,
Is she having a French fry moment? Okay, Tori. I have slept 2 hours after that and then got up and went and had breakfast with my brother. He was like, damn girl, you did all of that and still got up and had breakfast with me.
Damn.
I haven't started any books for my TPR this month.
TBR.
Okay. I was hoping that's what that meant. I still have 3 hours left of my book from last month.
Boo.
My microphone messed up the words TBR.
Yeah, I am still reading like 7 books currently, so.
I keep DNFing my friends' favorites, and it's making me really depressed. I have
Stop reading the favorites.
No, it's like
I want to talk about people's faves books with them, and I'm like, and then I painfully have to go, I understand why you like it, but this is trash.
I swear to God, you've been doing that, and it scares me because you're going to be reading my book, and I swear, if you DNF my book and be like, ooh, I hate it, I'm going to be like, I'm going to have to reconsider this entire friendship.
Listen, I've already started your book.
Wait until after the readathon, please, and thank you.
It just starts beef on a live show.
I mean, we are one of the few teams that's actually working together, but that is beside the point. Hey, we said tea.
There's your tea.
We didn't explain what type of tea. You said you wanted dark, though. Okay, we have realized when it comes to straight romances, if I compare the ones that I have read and loved that are considered dark romance, they are more suspense romances, i.e., Madison, Kate, Siri, Tate James, or the Sophie Lark. One of the outliers to that being Scream for Us, being a really big outlier to that.
Yeah.
But that has Ghostface and Ghost Daddy.
Yeah, and you still need to read the full-length book.
But I'm scared after reading Melt for Us.
It's better than that. You basically get Scream for Us from it's basically like a good chunk of it is just that retold from different points of views, but like better somehow. You get origin stories of the guys, and you understand why they're so fucked up. And you think they're even hotter.
Yes, origin stories of the orgies. Because, I mean, in Melt for Us, he was fucking her while the other two guys were fucking each other. So that was one of the only good things about Melt for Us was that scene. All the rest pushed it a little too much.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But I understand why everyone likes Haunting Adeline, and you will love Haunting Adeline, Hope. I, on the other hand, it was too much triggers for me, so I was like, no, thank you. Inanimate objects being used on someone without consent is no good for me.
Yeah, you don't need to explain anything beyond that.
Especially when it was a gun. I'm like, if it was consensual, it could be really hot.
As someone who has done a concealed carry class, that is a fast way to get that thing removed from your hands.
I don't think the serial killer cares. But also, his character makes no sense. At one point, he's like, I've got to protect all the girls. Because he's killing people who are... It's in the synopsis, where he's hunting down people who traffic females, like human trafficking, and he's killing all the people who are beating up these women or treating them like shit. And then he turns around and does the same thing to her and says it's okay. And I'm like, it don't compute. Ugh.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Like, it doesn't compute. But I'm gonna stop now so I don't spoil anything. There was only one part of that story that had me interested, and it was the grandmother's story, the great-grandmother's story that's in it, where she's reading her great-grandmother's journal, who also had a stalker that she fell in love with, and she was brutally murdered, so it was like you're trying to figure out why she was murdered and who murdered her.
No, it's like, I'm just gonna start reading.
Nikki told me what happens, so I'm glad. Because, and they went back and they looked in the Discord for things that you have said, Sam, because I was like, I have to read this. This is the only one I have for one of my prompts. And they're like, she said if you read at least 50 pages, you can count it. And I was like, well, I don't know how many pages I've read. Because I'm listening to the audiobook. I don't know where that is. They're like, what chapter are you on? 22? They were like...
You're good.
They were 249 pages. I was like, okay, cool, we're good.
That's a whole ass book. Hey, if you would have read like 2 more, you could have counted it for 250 plus pages and gotten 5 extra points.
Sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that because I told him about the gun scene that you were talking about, and he was going on about how are you going to take it out of somebody's hand? You're going to clench it and move?
No,
Like,
okay. With the gun scene, let me explain the gun scene.
I've
real
been
fast.
practicing
It
Kegels.
is shoved in her mouth, and she is forced to treat it like it's a dildo in her mouth. And then he shoves it in her vagina and uses it on her until she comes. And then he shoves it in his mouth and licks it clean.
that's a way of having a rusty gun.
Yeah.
That was also where my thought went. I was like, my mom and my stepdad collect guns. This is not how guns are supposed to be used.
Not me
Nope.
sitting
Really
here going.
inappropriate.
As
Let
a
me
gun
just-
owner, that is not how I use my guns.
I sure hope not. And if
I
you
know
do,
there's a
I don't want to
lube.
know.
I
know there's
spent
a-
way too much money on these things to use them that way.
I mean, I know there's a lube and all called gun oil, but still.
I don't want that stuff in my holes, thank you.
But no, what I was saying is I DNF'd it, and they were like,
Oh.
well, you can use it for the thing. And I was like, well, I have to finish it so I can count it for Witchathon because it's the only one that has a plant in the title because Adeline is a name of a plant because I looked up random words
plant
from random
looks-
titles.
And the
Yeah,
plant,
the plant looks like a vagina and the whole like insides of the vagina. And they were like, well, what page are you on? I was like, I don't know. I'm listening to it. What chapter are you on? I was like, 22. And they're like, 249 pages. I was like, okay, I can count it then. Which I counted it and I put in parentheses. I was like, DNF'd.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm
Which-
like, okay.
which
As
is
long
why
as it's
I
over 50
only-
pages, it's fine.
Which is why I only wrote 249 instead of the 643 something that it has. It's like,
Yeah.
cool.
You
You're
can
actually being
you can
nice.
count DNFs. You just count the pages that you actually read, not the whole entire
Yeah,
book.
because that's cheating otherwise.
Well, yeah. I don't
And I
cheat.
mean, we can like stretch prompts. I was tempted to almost count a book of like mention like because one of our prompts is paranormal. I was almost tempted to count it as paranormal because there was mentions of like vampires. But I was like, but
Listen.
none of our characters are, so I'm not going to count
Listen,
it.
Haunting Adeline can almost be used as paranormal because there's that one part where she thinks she sees the ghost of her dead grandmother. But I didn't get far enough in the book to know if she actually sees the ghost of her grandmother. It's just, she lives in this really creepy mansion, and the grandmother, she saw this woman in white go towards stairs, and she doesn't know if she really saw it or if it was in her imagination. And when she went up into the attic, she found the missing page from the book where it was kind of glowing where it was.
You're just convincing me that I need to read this, but I want to read other things. But I'm like, we might know what I'd be doing tonight.
And just so you know, I'm going to attempt our 2 buddy reads that we have that are adults. Hat trick lightning or heart
the
Heart
one with
trick.
the lightning.
heart trick lightning.
Heart-
Is it
Hat
on.
Trick Heart
hat trick heart? Okay,
and Hell House.
and Hell House.
I had to
Yeah,
look at my notes.
I'm gonna attempt them, but if they are not like a suspensey kind of thing, I will probably DNF them. Just because right now my brain just wants Mel romance and only Mel romance, because like Audible told me I had a $10 coupon. I bought 2 audiobooks that are novellas in the Love and O'Leary series, one of which is the next novella I need to read. And the other ones will be the
Fair.
next one I'll need to read after the next book. So it's like, okay,
Fair.
cool.
Yeah, I'm reading one book, Ember in the Ashes, as a buddy read, and I'm like more than halfway through that right now. And then me and my sister is supposed to buddy read Sheets together, the graphic novel, and possibly the sequel for that as well.
But hey, you can thank Haunting Adeline. I have finished our group book, and its sequel because I needed something cute and fluffy because
There.
my brain wanted.
Grab that brain of yours.
My brain started to go places where it really shouldn't go, and I was like, "Okay, middle grade it is."
Fair.
In the next book I am purchasing is a pre-order of Reba McEntire's new book that she wrote and reads that come out in October, more precisely October 10th. Reba has a book coming out.
Adds to list.
We're like doing the same thing, just be like, she's what now?
I will also say to anyone here, if I disappear in November, Dolly Parton has taken over my life. Enough said.
I was wondering when that was going to come up. Because I saw something about it the other day, and I'm like, oh, he's got to be panicking right now.
Listen, I had been a fan of her since I was like 6 or 7 when I first heard Coat of Many Colors, and I dived down the Dolly Parton rabbit hole. And oh my god, she does have a new book called Not That Fancy.
Yeah.
Do I pre-order it? Yes, I do. Hit the pre-order button. It's Amazon. It'll take it out when it ships it. Oh, but that's $32. Whatever, it's Reba. The Southerner in me is like, it's Reba. Order it. Even though I already have too many pre-orders for the second half of the year.
We're not going to talk about that.
I already had to cancel one because I forgot that the paperback comes out in May on the 15th. And I don't have money on my card. So I threw it in my wish list so that when the Kindle drops, I'm going to throw that on my Kindle. Because it's for KU.
Fair.
And it's the start of another gay werewolf series.
I'm not that surprised. No, it's like Color Me Shocked.
Hello, I ordered that one the other day that came in that I'm still shocked was so freaking short. But, like, I sent it to someone and I was like, Color Me Shocked. I ordered another gay werewolf story.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a little worried about that one. After I ordered it, I looked more into it. The book's only 186 pages. Book 1 came out in January. Book 4 is about to come out in June.
Jesus.
So I'm like, it could be amazing. And it could be one of those, like, he already had the full series, already wrote, and he's just slowly publishing them himself. Or they're going to be really crappy and he is publishing them as he's finishing them.
Yeah.
So, and it's one of those tall paperbacks too. It's like an odd shape. And I was like, if all of them are not the same height, I'm going to be really angry. Because self-published people tend to do that sometimes. Where they forget the dimensions of their first one, and their second one is not the same height.
Okay, I don't understand how people can do that. Of like, especially if you're the one picking the size and what everything looks like. It's like, do your fucking research on your own book. It takes literally 5 minutes to go into your document and just look at the size. Because you have to do that all yourself. You have to custom do it, format it, unless you hire a formatter. But even then, you should know the size of your goddamn book. It's not that hard.
Oh, and just to let you know, Hope, when your book actually gets published, I'm doing a whole video on it.
Just gonna hide.
Just so you know. And I'm probably
I
gonna
would do one too. So.
And I will probably bring you on and interview you about your book.
I just had like a fucking stupid idea.
And we may or may not use it for the project that we will be announcing soon.
I was going to say, can we do that? That would save me having to read something that month. Because I wouldn't have to read it.
which I'm excited for that project to start. Because if that project goes where I think it's going to go, I might be dropping out of another project. And if I drop out of the other project that I've been a part of since the very beginning, if that tells you what that project is, I was one of the creators of said project.
And that's the tea.
This might be my last year doing said project.
Anyways, on to a different project.
We're just like
You guys have made it to 4th place.
Yay, we're not in
You're
last
slowly-
place. That's all that matters.
Slowly getting up there.
And I still have a book to submit and more books to finish.
I submitted, I think, 3 today.
I submitted 2. Yeah.
Tori says, hope, just let me know when or if it becomes available in Audible, and I will buy that bitch up.
I will do. I will just say it probably will be a long time because usually audiobooks take like $2,000 to $3,000 to produce. Because you have to pay, it depends on how you do it. I've looked into this. A lot of like audiobook narrators charge either depending on like per finished hour can cost anywhere from $200 to $300. So for like a 10-hour audiobook can cost $2,000 to $3,000 depending on who you want, what the quality is, what they do versus what you would have to do because you might have to outsource.
Okay, thank
So-
you for telling me this.
It's
Because then I want to look at 2 specific people.
it also does
I read
depend.
mine.
There also can be some people that might be like, I'll charge you just a blank amount, or they're like a blank amount, like okay, like $2,000, and I will narrate your book no matter the length.
Oh.
Or there's some people that would
Hi,
do
Alicia.
it be
Yeah,
like, okay, well, I will take a percentage of the royalties from the audiobook for the first 2 years as payment. To be fair, I haven't looked into it that much, but that's just what I know from the little research I've done.
Because
Sounds like you're reading your own audiobook.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind helping Hope. I'll
No,
read
I
the
don't
audio.
think I can listen to you say. If I have to listen to you say some of those things, I will just dislike
Oh Lord, I can
I'm
imagine.
sorry, I love you, but I am not I'm not listening to you read us a full-blown sex scene out loud that I wrote.
Be like, hey, baby.
Because I
No.
could just imagine the accent he will put on for that.
You have to put on a Canadian accent.
I can't do a Canadian accent.
Exactly.
What is it? I know one saying. What is it? Oh,
Eh.
fuck. Hey!
Hey,
Hey, oi!
sorry.
Nothing good about it. Nothing good about it. I don't know. I have friends that keep telling me, they're like, why don't you like look into voice acting of some kind for something? Because imagine your laugh in a book or a cartoon. And I was like, a cartoon, yes. A book, not so
No.
much. Because I'm thinking really sexy sex scene and then just my laugh. What the- Oh my god, Alicia's like, what did I just walk into? Chaos. You are in the chaotic wilds.
Me
Listen.
almost choking on the tea.
You're supposed to swallow, not choke.
I'm almost done it at least.
Tori says she feels bad because she's utterly failing our coven. Like she said above, she hasn't read any books for this month. It's fine, Tori.
Things happen.
We're not in last place. It's all that matters. Because last round, me and her worked together. She was just the priestess and I was just there trying to help. We came in last place. Listen.
Yeah.
And this time, it also having like my activity points going towards all the covens as well. So
Alicia's like, I should have
Should've
known. Oh my goddess. Die Immortale. Instead of reading when I get home from work, I have been slowly watching Once Upon a Time on Disney Plus, and I'm on the last episode of the first season. Girl, sometimes you
I
just
think-
need to watch a show.
yeah, I think we got to like the last season of that show like a few years ago, and for some reason stopped watching it. I think I got tired of watching it.
I stopped the minute they introduced Elsa and Anna, and I went, nope, okay, cool, I'm out. Boop, I'm out.
Yeah, we got well past into that.
Alicia's in the same boat as Tori. She hasn't been reading much, but that's understandable,
Understandable.
Alicia.
Yeah.
With your situation.
Uh-huh.
Which I just love how we had a live show and then not even an hour after that live show, she's in the hospital.
But the thing is I swear to God, if anybody gets injured after this, like upcoming one, we're canceling June. I'm sorry.
Did someone
Nobody
get
do
injured
headstand.
after the previous one?
Nobody got injured for the first two, but then for the third book,
Oh God, so
Alicia's-
Covet, Court.
yeah, Covet was
Oh.
Alicia's daughter. Court was Alicia. So now I'm like, who the hell's who's gonna get the injury for Charm and who's gonna get the injury for Cherish?
I'm just gonna say it now. I'm the accident prone one. It'll probably be me.
We're not gonna talk about how many bruises I have from falling or hitting things.
Alicia would like to know the scores. For which
You want to know the rankings or the actual points?
Is both an option?
We can do that. I'll go from bottom to top. Crystal Moon is at 773.6. Practically Charming at 949.75. Chaotic Wilds 1101.083. Coffee Gremlins 1430.47058.
We got a lot of catching up to do.
They
Heaven
have
and
caffeine.
Night.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Covenant Night 1489.4. And Wanderlust is 1526.4167.
Ooh, so the top three are actually pretty close, like
Mm-hmm.
in the grand
Mhm.
scheme of things.
I mean, Coven of Night has Karina, so that makes sense. Has Karina, Nikki, and Dana all
and
part of them.
Kaylani,
And Kaylani, so it makes sense when
they're
all
all
buddy reading.
traitors.
They really are. And I told them that I hated them when they all told me that they all took Karina's side.
Like, why couldn't we just had one of them?
Yeah, I saw that Kaylani entered books in today. And I was like, hey,
You're like,
she
oh,
jumped ship too.
But it's okay. I've already convinced a couple of them to join Chewy Cabin for Camp Season-a-thon.
you know I'm gonna be there.
I mean, I have better prompts.
No, Alicia Katie is. Yeah,
you're above us. Nikki's like, not me coming in on the part where we're called traitors.
Well, I mean, we're not wrong.
We still love you. We understand Morgan chose Karina. It's fine.
And also, Morgan's prompts do work a bit better for dark romance because one of the prompts is literally dark romance.
It makes sense. It's fine.
I mean, we have spicy, and all dark romances are spicy, pretty much.
Oh, ew, ow, Tori. Tori says, so talking to her mom, showing her knee, we suspect that she fell a couple weeks ago and chipped a bone in her knee. Ow.
Ooh. Yikes.
I nailed my knee on, I think, my desk here, like when I was still on medical leave, and I still have like a yellow bruise on my thigh. Then last weekend at an RC race, Jordan cut his shin on a piece of plywood. And when I came over
Yikes.
there, he was like bloody. Like his leg was bloody from it.
But also, Sam, me and Hope are idiots. Anyways, we were sitting there talking, and Hope randomly popped in and go, "Why don't we have a queer prompt?"
Literally. I was
like, before you guys even posted it, I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, I'm surprised no one has set that as a bonus prompt yet.
I was literally sitting here just yesterday, just reading my book, and I was like thinking, I was like, oh, what prompts does this work for? And then I was like, wait, why? I literally was just like, we need a queer prompt because so many of the books that I want to read this month are queer. So I'm kind of playing the system, but also, why didn't we put that from the beginning?
Okay, I will state the reason why I didn't come up with a queer prompt because one, not my readathon, so I didn't force. Every time with season-a-thon, I always force a diversity prompt somewhere in that. Me or Kaylani forces that. There's some tea. And then also I was going off of what type of witches we were, and I'm like, it never once thought in my head that because the coven we are and the magic we use, we're the perfect ones to have a queer prompt.
Yeah, and I just didn't really think about it because I was I could have put it on mine thinking that it's it could be representation of me with being bi-curious, but
well, that's why Hope went and made it one of the bonus challenge prompts.
Yeah,
she's
and
here.
I kind of worked the last card pull in my favor as well, with it being it happened to be a card that it said working through a tough situation or something like that. And I'm like, hey, a buddy read. Perfect. I'm doing a buddy read now. I get extra points.
Love it. Okay, so I know we're supposed to do tarot. Anybody want me to do a reading on them that are in the comments?
Gary, don't fall off the bed, please.
Because I have 3 decks to choose from.
And Tarot Rise, I just am sick of my Hocus Pocus deck because since it's Witchathon, stick with the witches.
That one's over there, and I don't want to grab it off my Hocus Pocus shelf. Literally.
But I got my oracles here.
The 2 Hocus Pocus shelves over there.
I thought since it was mean to me for this month, it's got to be mean to everybody else now.
And I chose from all of my decks, except I could have grabbed 2 others. I grabbed 3 that fit for Chaotic Wilds. I chose my... Whoa, not a single one of these are tarot cards. They're all oracle cards, and I did not even realize that till just now. So it's tea and oracle.
Well, I got mine, so we're good.
But I have my Heart of Fairy oracle cards, my Sacred Forest, and my Druid Animals. Okay, Tori, I would like you to pick. Tori, fairies, forest, animals. And I will pull a card. Oh, after you give me that, give me a number.
So do you guys want to hear why I almost had a heart attack this morning at 3 a.m.?
Yes.
Yes.
So, laying here in bed, right? Dead asleep, and then I'll wake up because I'm thinking to myself, oh, I might have to go to the bathroom, and I have Harry laying in between me and Jordan. He's asleep, completely gone to the world. I freak out because I don't start petting him, and usually he'll start moving when I start petting him. No, he didn't move. I couldn't even feel him breathe. So I started panicking, and I lifted him up. I'm laying down, and I'm holding him up like this, and I shake him. He still doesn't move.
Oh
and
God.
It wasn't until I elbowed him Jordan to wake up to turn on the light. That's when Harry woke up and was looking at me and super grumpy.
Yeah, just why did you wake me up, mother?
Yeah. So I've been like a big ball of anxiety pretty much all day because of him. Because of this dude.
That little cutie. Oh, you their mom.
Okay, so Tori said fairies, so she wanted to be stabbed in the heart, because that's what this deck really does. And then she said 3. So I'm just shuffling a couple of times to start with, just to like get them fresh, and then I will shuffle 3 times and pull out her card. I'll pull out 3 cards, and it'll be the 3rd card.
When I was still in the kitchen, I put my divination oil on, and now I'm just going to be sitting here smelling myself for like.
So if you're just gonna be like,
because it's like a really nice like musky smell, and I can't place what like it reminds me of, but it smells really good.
Ooh! The other 2 don't really matter, but just to show off the other 2, the big behind and the sorcerer. But I'm gonna grab the book because I don't like to do the interpretation. I usually just say the bare minimum and let you interpret, because that's like, because to me it makes more sense since I don't know you. Like, I know people, but I don't know them. Like, it's my way of keeping out my bias.
yeah.
But Tori, you got the Queen of the Day, number 4, which is a really lucky number. And for this, it says grace, beauty, and blessings. The Queen of the Day is a queen of blessing. She holds those blessings in her palm of her hand, and she leaves peace, calm, and a sense of well-being as she passes. She is the embodiment of what we sometimes call a state of grace. She is the light after darkness, the sun and the shadow of an awakening day. If you are lucky enough to draw this card, then you are blessed. Enjoy the moment and enjoy the day. Be aware of the beauty around you, no matter where you are or what situation you find yourself in. For there is beauty everywhere if you have the eyes to see it.
My interpretation: she is beauty, she is grace, she will punch you in the face.
Yes!
Yes.
She is Miss United States. And Alicia, we are doing tarot readings. Would you like a reading, Alicia? And if so, fairies, forests, or animals?
I had Allie do me a 3-card draw on Tuesday before we started playing Dead by Daylight, and pretty much got all good news. So I'm pretty excited for the month.
Nice.
And Hope, if you want a reading, just tell me fairies, animals, or forest.
My gut said forest as soon as you said it earlier, like when you were first pulling them out before we went live.
What
And
number?
I feel like it is kind of on brand with Chaotic Wilds.
What number?
4. First number that popped into my head.
And the number that you guys are currently in.
Subconscious.
Oh my god, and I just drew for Tori Queen of the Day, which is card number 4. And she's part of our coven.
And it's 04. Like it's after.
Oh my god, it's 804. Wow.
I literally was like, where else is there going to be a 4? And I looked at the time.
Do 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 do. Oh, also, there is a new activity for a goddess activity prompt. Watch any Witchathon vlogs and you'll get an additional 15 points. Meredith gave me the idea last night.
Ooh.
So what you're saying is to watch your vlog and oh my god.
It
Okay,
doesn't
you're
have
gonna
to
get
be
these
mine.
cards just because they went flying.
It doesn't
scared.
have to necessarily be my vlogs. It can just be anybody's who do Witchathons if they are doing it. But
So you're gonna get these as bonus cards because they went flying.
Okay.
But let me get your number 4 card. Because those literally went flying towards the closet. And when you hear the name of one of them, it'll make you giggle because of how they went.
bless you.
Interesting.
Oh dear lord.
Very interesting. Okay. So, where's the book? I'm sitting everything on the book. The card, your official card is the Spirit Guardian of Summer expansion. Is your official card. And we'll start with your official card. Interesting. You got 2 Spirit Guardians. Okay, so for summer, you got expansion, which says work with passion. Don't hold back. Take positive steps in the direction of your dreams now in order to reap the harvest later. Your hard work will result in abundance, bounty, and beauty. Celebrate, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Which we all know what that's aimed at for you. Now, your 2 bonus cards.
What did they say? I like the first one. Let's hope everything else is.
We're gonna.
But the way that first card answered one question that I was thinking earlier of what to ask the cards.
You got Pure Spirit Purification as one of your bonus cards. Your other bonus card is what's going to make you laugh. Spirit Guardian of Autumn, letting go. Because they let go of the deck. And they went flying, sorry. Okay, so for Pure Spirit. Ooh. I apparently can't spell today. Okay.
I can barely spell any other day, so you're fine.
Yeah, same.
Autumn's right there. Okay. So, Spirit of... Pine Spirit, not Pure Spirit. My bad.
You can't read either, apparently.
Apparently. For the Spirit of Pine says... Let go of the old, discarded, and unused. Purify and cleanse, and clutter clean your home, your body, and your life. Release whatever doesn't serve or support you. Take time for a total purification. You'll feel brighter and also be a clearer channel for light.
Okay, that's trippy because literally last week I started slowly decluttering my room.
I just picture her going around her bedroom with pots and pans. And, bad spirits, get your butts out of here. Leave my house.
To the window, in the wall, to the sweat drip down my balls. Okay. When you did that, all I could think was Betty White and Sandra Bullock in, oh God, what's the name of that movie? The Proposal. Where she's out in the woods casting out spirits and making good things. Okay, so the Spirit Guardian of Autumn says, relinquish control and let the spirit take over. You don't need to do everything yourself. Release whatever in life doesn't serve you. Clutter clear your life. Simply open your heart, let go, and allow the spirit to help and support you.
Let go of your credit card. Stop buying books.
Let go
Yeah.
of some of the books on your shelf.
Probably should. So, again, what I'm just hearing is let go of everything, both physical and mental.
Let it
Thank
go.
I think
Let
it's
it go.
more mental and enjoy going into the unknown.
It terrifies me.
Sorry, we went from let it go to into the unknown.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. Some
Yeah.
decluttering is order for you. Alicia, would you like a reading?
And
If
also, yes, Alicia, you can just put your activities in the submission. You just have to indicate, like in the book section or in activities section, what you did, and choose your coven, and then it will take you to your coven's like prompts selection, and then you'll just check mark those activities.
I've selected a couple of those activities when I was putting in book things, going, okay, cool, I've done this activity with this book, so they can just side together.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing both.
Which is why, like, the reason why I have it as that option, just like in case people just want to like go ahead and like fill it in. And it took me a lot longer to do this submission form because I had to figure out how to like split it where each coven can only see their section and then go into the goddess section. It took me a while to figure that out, but I'm proud of myself. I figured that out.
Alicia, I need you to tell me forests, fairies, or animals, and give me a number. A number between 1 and 10. Let's go with that because I have
So
a
I think
feeling
you said
someone...
a number. My brain went 147.
decks don't have 147
I know.
cards.
I know.
And I kind of want Sam to use her cards on Hope.
Which ones? All of them?
Oh god, we'll be here all night.
Hocus Pocus. Ooh, Forest in 3. Okay, Alicia. But I feel like Hope needs something from your Hocus Pocus deck. I would grab my Hocus Pocus deck, but they've never been used because they're there for prettiness. They're not there to be used.
There.
Well, mine was a bitch at the beginning of this month, so we'll see how nice they are.
I know, that's why I feel like Hope needs one more bitch card.
It just needs
I
to
mean,
play just now, I mean.
they were a bitch, but in a nice way. Kinda. At least the wording in the guidebook is nicer than a lot of decks are. We're not by my desk, so we don't have the lovely thunk sound of a stack of cards sitting in the desk. But apparently it still has a lot to say, Hope. I am one card short for Uno.
Interesting. I'm going to do Alicia's real fast because it's one card.
Mhm.
Okay, Alicia, you got Bluebird Spirit for happiness. And my hand is vibrating with this card.
They have the caffeine.
I can't have caffeine. Which means the card is telling you, Alicia, all is well. Say yes to life and let your doubts dissolve. Don't wait until the future. Live life fully now. You do not need to struggle or suffer to grow. You can grow leaps and bounds amid joy. Yes, Jessica. For display purposes only. I mean, my House of Night Oracle deck is in the closet with my House of Night cards. It is literally there for decoration. My last unicorn tarot cards are for decoration only because those are handmade.
I mean,
And I don't want to
I
ruin
wouldn't be able to have that self restraint. I would have to play with them.
Well, they haven't called to me yet. They may call to me one day, but they haven't yet.
For now,
Anytime
they're
I go in-
display purpose.
Yes.
Anytime I go into a store and I'm looking at decks, I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty.
I only get a deck
"Ooh."
if it called to me, and this one I literally picked up 27 times and put back on the shelf and was going to walk out without it because I didn't need to spend the money. When I tripped over the display and it was the only one that fell off the shelf. It's
Yes.
me. Hi, I'm the trader. It's me. Hi, Kehlani. For those who are just now joining, if you would like a reading, let me know.
Or if you
Dana,
want one from
Kehlani,
Sam.
or if you want one from Sam, hers will be a lot more in depth. Mine are going to be like, I don't know how mine are going to be. Let's see.
Just here's what the thing says. You do it.
Well, that's pretty much what I do as well.
Did you
But
summon the Coven of Night? I summoned the Coven of Night because I mentioned House of Night.
Yes.
so the first card you got is King of Pumpkins. The King of Pumpkins is a gracious and industrious man. He is a protector and shelters his loved ones during times of trouble. He is wise in matters of business and aids the endeavors of others. This card may also indicate that a successful outcome of a venture. So something good is apparently coming your way with that. Or you have just like a mentor that's looking out for you. Let's see. Then you have Six of Potions. Reminiscing on simpler days, you have been struck by a sudden bout of nostalgia. This may be because you have reconnected with past acquaintances or mentoring someone in their youth. Allow these memories to be your guide. Reflection leads to greater understanding.
That one I'm honestly kind of confused about. Like, I don't know exactly what that would be referencing to right now.
I find a lot of the times my decks tend to be kind of talking in like future tense a lot of the time, so it may not be something you'd be really know what it could be now, but later down the line you'll get like hit with a realization like, oh, that's what it was talking about.
I did text the Coven of Night members that are here if you would like a reading. Just let me know the options.
I can find there's one. Then you got Knight of Lightning. The Knight of Lightning seizes every opportunity with zeal and fearlessness. He is not afraid to charge headfirst into an adventure or proudly proclaim what he believes. When others hesitate, they look to him to encourage them onward.
What
Jumping
Alicia
suit.
said. I was like, keep in mind, hope it'll present itself when ready.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Page of Candles reversed. The page has grown careless, her actions misguided, and her focus mismanaged. She requires the aid of others if she's going to find her way again. The wisdom of those more experienced will set her back on the correct course.
That's calling me out.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, you're not getting any major arcanas. You're just getting the suits.
Just meaning you need a little pumpkin and lightning in your life
And candles.
and candles. So you need to go
You
buy
need
a
some mood
pumpkin.
lighting.
You need a pumpkin spice candle that you light next to your bed.
I don't really do candles because
Or incense.
yeah, that's more like it. I don't do candles. I don't. We've had too many fires in the family over the last few years.
I mean,
There's been
I
5.
okay, a pumpkin spice electrical candle that you can turn on with
LED.
batteries as the lightning.
That's what I need because
Get
we've
some-
had 5 different fires within the last.
Get some
like,
Febreze air
year and a
freshener
half.
to go with it too. But then you have reversed 7 of pumpkins. You have invested poorly or not at all in a future endeavor. Rushing towards a goal will lead to disastrous results. Take time to plan, to plant, to build, and to grow. Only through our foundations can we find long-term success.
Declutter, don't rush.
Then the last one you got. Jesus, come on. 5 of lightnings. You have entered into a conflict greater than a thunderstorm, but risk losing yourself in the process. Is this victory you seek worth the scars you have endured? Are you winning? Are you willing to lose the goodwill of those you fight? Choose your battles wisely.
Okay.
Ta-da! They
Okay,
shut
Hope,
up finally.
you're getting a card from the animals. The animals decided you needed a card.
Oh dear lord.
I don't know why, but I was just sitting here and I was just like, okay, cool.
Like animals.
Animals are like, no one's choosing me, so Hope's getting a card.
More stuff.
Give me a number.
2.
These are hard to shuffle because they're huge.
That's what she said.
More than I thought the same thing.
Sorry, I spent some time with my mother-in-law today, so I'm getting all the. I have to get all the "that's what she says" out of my mind because she's a bad influence.
I don't like that face.
That's what she said. You got a pussycat. Well, you got a cat. Which the cat stands for. Ooh, okay, this makes sense. Guardianship, detachment, and sensuality.
Okay.
I just thought of something really bad. It's just like guard that cat of yours, Hope. Guard it.
And then what animal did you give? Because you said 2, so you gave me an animal. Fuck you is all I'm going to say. You gave me a sow.
But hey, you get bacon from that, so you're good.
Aw. Okay, never mind. Sow stands for generosity, nourishment, and discovery. Okay, I'll take it. At first, you were calling me a pig. And I was calling you a pussy, so hey.
No, I was calling you a pig with every ounce of love. Essentially.
You were
And he
saying
was
I
just
was,
warning
I was
you to
fat.
guard your cat.
I'm just fat, greasy bacon. Gotcha.
I like bacon though.
Same. Anyone else in the chat want a reading?
Alicia said she wants one with from the animal deck number 3.
Oh, animal deck number 3. Okay, so
Love
you're
you.
gonna give
I love you
Sam
too.
and me a card. Gotcha. Melissa, when I get done with Alicia, I will give you a reading. Melissa, just give me.
You'll wake up from Scarabama again like that again? Or we tonight with last night?
He probably will, knowing him, the turd.
Melissa, tell me animal, forest, or fairies. And Alicia, you get a bonus card, by the way. But at the same time, I don't know if that should go towards Melissa because it popped out when I was talking to Melissa.
I'd say probably should go to Melissa.
Okay, Melissa, you'll get a bonus card then. It'll go to Melissa instead of Alicia. You said 3. 2. Oh no. I did that right. Okay. Okay, Melissa, you want fairy cards? Give me a number 1 through 10, Melissa. But you also get an animal card because the deck decided you needed an animal. Okay, so Alicia's animal is. Okay. Alicia, you get a frog. And Alicia, that stands for sensitivity, medicine, hidden beauty, and power. So sit back and heal.
Ribbit.
Well,
And you
and I was shuffling thinking about Alicia. She got a fox from my Animal Spirits deck.
Ooh.
It says, smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adaptable to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away.
And Alicia, you also gave Hope and Sam a card because none of these are for me. You gave Hope the hawk. So let's reiterate something here. Nobility, recollection, and cleansing. Declutter.
Okay.
And you gave Sam the cute little baby wren, which is humility, cunning, and God. And then the deck popped out for a little Miss Melissa. You got a hare, which is rebirth, intuition, and balance. And then I will get the fairy deck because I see Sam has an extra card for somebody.
It's one for me because you said my name and that happened to pop out. And a funny thing, when I was at my mother-in-law's, sitting on her back deck earlier today, I happened to see one of these flying around. The hummingbird.
Ooh.
And it was the first time I've seen a hummingbird in a while, too. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar and return to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet and every moment worth saving. Or savory. Which is funny because I've been getting into gardening more. And that's the source of life with food and growing things from just seed. Kind of, it fits. In fact, I actually have some plants in here in my windowsill. I haven't checked on them today.
Okay, this is getting really interesting. Because Miss
Look
Melissa.
at my pumpkin! Look at my pumpkin!
Melissa got one card, and because she said the number 4, a card appeared for each of us. And they all vibrate as in they are each for us. But we're going to start with Melissa's card, which, Melissa, you got the Lady of Joy. Gotta love naked fairies. It's okay, it's my channel. When am I ever going to monetize anything on my channel? Let's be honest.
Show all the boobs.
Okay, so Melissa, yours stands for joy in the moment, sharing, and true gift. To choose the Lady of Joy is to receive a true gift for yourself. She is such an important being. To know her touch is to know pure joy. She comes to remind you that joy can be found everywhere at any moment. It has no size limits, no sell-by dates, no conditions attached. It just is. So accept this gift. Find joy in the moment and pass it on. Joy multiplies when you pass it on to others. It is infinitely large, so if you give some away, you will always have more than enough for yourself. A good thing to remember in the world that can seem joyless most of the time. Fairy is a joyous place. By finding joy in the everyday, you help to make the veil between the worlds thinner and the probability of fairy contact much more likely. So basically, find the joy in the moment. Okay, this one gets really, I feel like we're getting called out, the three of us. Just because the way the cards are, because it goes Hope, Sam, me. And that's how they fell.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Hope. You got the hidden one. Awareness, attention, and self-absorption. Crouching, waiting, and watching as you walk away, she's the hidden one. Poised to stick her foot out and trip you. She grabs your hair and gives it a painful tug, kicks you in the shin, and laughs when you fall over. Why? What is the purpose she serves in the fairy and in our world? She serves the same purpose as every fairy, to help you become more aware. If you don't watch, if you don't look, if you don't see this time, she'll make sure that next time you do. Are you passing blindly through the day, through relationships, and through life itself? She'll trip you up and make you stop and pay attention. That's her job. She's good at it. So be aware, the hidden one may be waiting for the next step you take. So if you fall, get back up. And because Sam's on the phone, we'll go ahead and go to mine.
Yeah.
Which, I got the Prince of Light, which is a really pretty card. I love this artwork. Which is New Beginnings, Peacemaker, and Potential. The piece of light, or Prince of Light, comes into your life as a blessing. He is the bringer of new beginnings. He soothes, calms, and leads you into the light. He is always ready to still the troubled waters of a relationship. He is wise. If he appears in a reading, listen to what he has to tell you. If you recognize a friend or a partner in the Prince of Light, cherish that person and honor the goodness he can bring into a relationship. And I love how my card is right next to Sam's, because mine's number 12 and hers is number 13. It's okay, Chewy. I think Chewy's having a nightmare.
No, poor baby.
Because I feel like all three of these cards like really called us out, and this next one really calls her out.
Mm-hmm.
But my fairies like to stab people, so it's okay.
Yeah, I've noticed that so far.
My fairies literally, like, if I did a full reading, my fairies have made people cry.
Oh God, tell me why not my self-hatred self just went, ooh, let's do that. Like, no.
Okay, part of me is almost tempted to tell you 3, 7, or 10.
My gut says 7.
Let me make sure that's how many cards are in that spread. I always get numbers wrong. Oh yeah, 7.
I'm gonna regret this. We've already had cards tell me off tonight, but might as well. Might as well.
We're just waiting on Sam to get back before I put any of the fairy cards away.
Yeah. But when in doubt, I feel like every single time anybody like brings out their cards, the cards end up calling me out.
Oh no, the cards call me out too. I'm just staying away from Sam's because Loki hates me.
We're just basically gonna have these cards just tell me like what to do with myself.
One of my patron
Moving
guardians is Thor. Not one of my patrons that I worship, but one of my guardians that guards the circle of the ones that I'm supposed to work with is Thor. Along with Aphrodite and Athena, and I understand why I have really shitty luck in love until I met this one. Because when you have Aphrodite as one of your patrons, listen. Oh, Alicia, you want me just to do a reading with each of the decks for you? There goes Karina adding more books to her wish list.
Oh dear Lord, what did she do now?
I don't know. I just saw Karina added the blankety blank. Like, it did Z and then ... to wish list.
Damn.
You know, I just noticed Peanut in the background. Love Sam's background.
Yeah.
I love Peanut. Oh, I have you curious, Alicia. Yes, I can, Melissa. I don't know why the forest cards decided they want to play with you. Like literally the minute you said that, I glanced over and the forest deck was vibrating. So I was like, cool. Okay. To answer your question, Melissa, let us see. What the cards have in store. And we'll see if this answers your question. You got Ancient Oak Spirit Strength. You are wise and strong beyond measure. Stand firm and rooted where you are. Speak your truth. You are intuitively guided in the right direction. So I'm going to assume yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like, if you keep on working down the path that you're going, yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to continue on with the fairy cards. I know which one was hers. I'm folding the page to remind me.
Yeah, because she's off doing whatever she needs to do.
For those who didn't see, she got Speaker of Truth, which stands for trust, acceptance, and open her heart. And you wanted a full reading, Miss Hope.
I feel like I need to sit
Actually,
up for this.
first we're going to do Alicia's, because Alicia is only going to get one card.
Yeah, it'll be a lot quicker.
Okay.
That one said me.
That one almost fell. Okay, Alicia. Alicia, darling. You got In Two Minds. Which I love this card. Take a look at the picture. You have two heads, but one face. Internal dialogue, decision, and action. Should I? Shouldn't I? I could do it this way, but then again, I could do it that way. I could change things, but then again, I could just let things be the way they are. I could get up and do something, or I could sit here and think about it. Do I want Chinese food or Italian? A walk in the park or another hour in front of the TV? Decisions plague our lives. In Two Minds has never made a decision in his life. At least not one that he has stuck with for more than a minute or two. He can't. He literally has two voices going on in his head at all times, and they never, ever agree. Do you recognize him? He may be living in your head, even as you listen to this. It says as you read this, but I'm reading it out loud, so listen.
Yeah.
If he is from a familiar figure to you, then it is time to acknowledge him, and remember that once you acknowledge him, his presence can be useful. By picking this card, you recognize the fact that although any argument has at least two sides, and in the end, you have to choose and make a decision. It may not end up being the right one, but until you decide on some sort of action, you are as stuck as he is, forever arguing with yourself, forever in a static place. Be brave. Do something. When you take that first step, you'll find that the next one may be much clearer and more obvious than you could have ever imagined.
Damn.
I told you they can be a bitch. But okay. So. I need space for yours.
Oh dear Lord. I'm scared.
Okay. You ready?
No.
The beauty of Oracle cards with all of my Oracle decks, if there's an upside down card, there's no such thing as upside down here. No reverse.
That's good.
I don't. Only my tarot cards do the reverse. I decided I need cake after that. Yay, cake!
Mood.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, bye, Tori. She says, hey, I'm out for the night and I'm literally falling asleep. Have a good night, and I hope you all have an enjoyable rest of your weekend.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh yeah, also Clint, by the looks of it, we are not going to be having me cry over hockey tonight.
Yay! And I flip over the top card on the deck, and it's just the question. Are we, though? Okay, Miss Hope, I'm going to grab the phone. I'm going to video chat you on the phone
Okay.
so that you can see how the spread is laid out. It's really hard to...
Yeah.
Just so that you know.
No, I'm going to turn the volume off on the call, obviously, since I can just hear you this way.
Do 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 do. Okay.
There, I have you turned off.
Okay, this is how your spread is.
Oh, I can't turn you off more than... Just mute yourself.
Okay, this is how I have the spread.
Okay.
That better?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is going to be interesting. Cool, so your first card is your welcome to the land of Fae, the little first slap in the face they want you to have.
Okay.
We're going to flip that over, and you've got the Fairy of Youth. Sam, we're doing this very differently because I have her on video chat where she can see the spread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, one of my friends from Knit Night called. Apparently, the ladies from Knit Night was worried about me because I didn't go the last 2 weeks. So they're like, "Have you heard from her?"
Yeah,
So
are
she
you
called me.
alive?
Okay, where they want you to start is with enthusiasm, limitless abilities, and positive expectations. So be positive going into this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit
I'll
here
try
and
my
eat
best.
And then I will let you know once I'm done with her reading what card it drew for you.
Okay. I'll be
Okay.
eating here, eating my potatoes.
Okay, so this first card, or the next card, could be an obstacle or a helper. If it's positive, it could be an obstacle or a helper, depending on how you view it in your life.
Okay.
You got the Queen of Bedlam. You got naked ladies.
That was my first thought too.
Oh, and I'll hold up for you guys.
Hmm.
Queen of Bedlam is what she got. Which is responsibilities of partnership, frustration, and gift of sanity. Basically, chill the fuck out.
Okay.
And I know what it's aimed at. The one thing you have a lot of frustration and anxiety about right now. Enough said?
Yep.
Okay, so then number 3 is the card that's going to oversee all your journey. And it's what basically connects all your cards and basically focuses it. So you know where it's all of these are like more aimed at.
Okay.
And that is you got the Prince of Light, which was the card I just recently got.
Yeah.
So she got the Prince of Light, which I still have that page folded. So that is New Beginnings, Peacemaker, and Potential. So if you chill out, your new beginning will be peaceful. Which means a lot of things are going to come positively your way. Now you get
Okay.
to make a decision. Do we continue to card number 4, then 5, then 6, then 7? Which 4 is another obstacle or helper. 5 explains what this will mean. Or do we just continue to 6 and 7 and never know what 4 and 5 mean ever?
Oh. Oh
I'm
shit.
so fucking excited for the potatoes.
Yeah.
That's like.
I'm curious. So we have to go to 4 and 5.
Okay.
I'm
So-
always a curious person.
Okay, so number 4 is the same as this card. It's either an obstacle or a helper. Could be positive, could be negative, depending on how you view it. Because sometimes positivity can ruin us. Oh, this works. This is also the card you got, Sam,
Oh.
which is the Speaker of Truth. So, what the Speaker of Truth is telling you is trust, acceptance, or open heart. Open your heart and truly hear what he has to speak.
Okay.
So, that may not make 100% sense, but 5 is supposed to help what 4 is trying to explain to you specifically. And with Sam, I think truth teller for you is more, or speaker of the truth, is that you are a speaker of truth. You speak from your heart through all things.
Yep. Could also be the fact that I have to bring up at work that with me being there for 4 years, I shouldn't be paid less than our temporary workers. So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that conversation on Monday.
Yeah. Get that raise.
Okay, number 5. The Captive Man. Which is actually one of my favorite cards, just from beautifulness. Captive Man. And Captive Man, because if you gotta listen and open up your heart and trust that you will see false perceptions, enthrallment, and release from captivity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kinda.
By releasing a thought or a person from captivity, we give it the space to truly become what it needs to be, and we often find that it stays with us, i.e., let go. Let go of the frustration. Go back to the Queen of Bedlam, cleanse yourself, and speak from your own heart, and you'll see those false perceptions. And follow the light, kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so the middle
Just
card.
don't go into the light.
Don't go into the light because we want you here.
Yeah, just like follow it.
Yeah.
Follow it to a point and then turn back.
Don't follow it off the cliff. Just follow it to the cliff, see the sunset, and then turn around.
No, you follow the light till you get to the Rainbow Road, Rainbow Bridge, and you go into Asgard. and go have fun with Thor and Loki. Okay, so center card may connect with these, may not. But
Okay.
this is the answer to one of your questions. You may not have asked a question, but the cards chose one out of your head. The answer for you.
Okay.
You're gonna get an answer for you, like it or not.
Oh dear Lord.
You got the sorcerer. The sorcerer. I have never done a reading like this. This is really weird. Okay. Interesting help, true magic, and consequences. I'm getting more of the interesting help and the true magic.
Okay.
If you know what that's aimed at.
If you know, you know.
I can tell you all your cards are actually connected to the same exact issue.
Have fun,
Okay.
Alicia.
And when you're ready for me to flip over the last card, let me know.
Okay.
The last little bitch slap in the face they want to give you is the Star Fairy, which is
Okay.
actually not that bad of a card.
They wanted just a little light slap in the face.
Just a
Like,
little.
pick up. So like, when Harry's trying to get my attention, he goes, pat, pat.
Exactly.
Which is universal connections, cosmic collaborations, and unity.
Okay.
When you find this being in the reading, it's important to think about how we are connected not only to everything on Earth, but to the stars and the whole universe as well. Look up. It may be the middle of the day, or you may be in a place that has so much illumination at night that you never see the stars, but remember that they are there.
Okay.
Basically, look at the beauty in the world.
That just reminded me of the scene from Lion King. Remember who you are.
Well, to me,
Okay.
I read that, and all I read was cosmic collaborations, and I instantly went, tiny little living space. Because I went Aladdin.
Mhm.
Okay, hanging up now.
We're
Yeah,
just,
I
already.
we're just doing our own interpretations based off of Disney movies. It's fine.
Yes.
I mean, that's perfect.
That is us, of course. You okay, Chewy? Bad weather? But yeah. But yes, I'm just gonna say everything is attached to something more. Enough said.
Yeah.
For those who know, they know, and those who don't know, are you really followers of us? Yeah,
Or
we
maybe
get some
you're
reading.
just in the dark like I am most of the time. I'm just like, sure, whatever. As I
You're
do
just like,
stuff.
sign me up.
I know me and Alicia know. Does Sam know what something more is?
Yes? Question mark?
Did Sam sign up for it?
No,
Okay.
but I feel like she should. Like I'm
Have you
As I'm gonna quote Peanut. Me. That's me.
like
Something More is Hope's book.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm like, you should. I posted about it. You've liked the post. You've seen the posts.
Doesn't mean she retained what the post said.
You have to remember, I went to Minnesota at the end of April, had a death of a friend, then I had surgery. So my life's been kind of chaotic
Fair.
at the moment.
Fair. The fuck?
Oh, when are you guys going to be making your flower crowns?
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And Clint, if we end up not being able to do it on the Saturday,
Mhm.
we can do it on Sunday.
Okay.
But I just also will do sprints while making the flower crowns.
Okay,
So I do also want to do sprints that day too. So
Okay, that's fine.
It's just
If that-
every
if that
time
works
he's like,
better
"That's
for
fine,"
you.
His voice just gets higher and higher.
Well, no, it's called. We got a note on our door yesterday. They're spraying our apartments next Saturday, and we have to pull everything out of our cabinets. They're doing it on a Saturday because they know most people are off on weekends. Which, in Oklahoma, that's not true, but whatever. I don't know a lot of people who are off on weekends unless they have like a steady 9 to 5 through the week jobs. But we have to vacate the apartment for 4 hours
Fun.
with our dog.
Double fun.
I'm glad we only have one pet right now. So I'm trying to convince Sterling to like us to go to Norman and go walk around Sutton Trail so I can get points for Witchathon.
yeah, I love how
Well,
Read while in nature, walk in nature. I want to be able to get these points.
Yeah, I love how I was one that was like, yeah, let's do this. And I'm like, have I done that once?
Well, Clint, I'm also going to propose a way for you to get the extra goddess points by posting a witchy ritual. The spellcasting deck is going to tell you what you need to focus on.
Oh. 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 That could be fun.
Willpower.
Why did my
Aesthetic.
brain instantly go Green Lantern?
I mean, if you can make a spell like
In
that
brightest
work,
day
go for
and
it.
blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. For those who worship evil's might, beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Sorry. Nerdgasm.
Okay, so the magical guidance for the card says your impulsive behavior invites temptation and you cannot resist being enticed. The motto, life's too short, has attracted all sorts of attention as well as some naughty behavior. And in the past, you found that trouble has followed you. It's time to put that behind you now as you take responsibility and grow up. Instead of giving into temptation, determine whether or not you're being lured for your highest good. A test of strength of character is required to conquer a lazy attitude. Focus and willpower will keep you from destruction, leading you to a resolution and a firmness of purpose.
Way to call me out, Sam. Way to call me out.
You can blame Hecate. With her being the goddess of witchcraft, this is spellcasting deck, I'm associating it with Hecate. So she's saying,
Or you
yo,
can also yell at Nephthys, who is one of my protection guardians. And Nephthys is an Egyptian goddess of magic and witchcraft.
and I'm starting to work with Lilith as well. So Lilith can be kind of mean. But it has a spell
And I have my
incantation.
Nephthys Athame right here.
But it does have a spell incantation. It says write your temptations on separate pieces of paper and put them in an empty bottle. Light a black candle on a Tuesday at dusk during a dark moon and say, giving way to strong temptation could result in altercation. Stop, ignore the urge to itch, impulsive inclination, ditch, go within and call on strength. Determination grows in length. Paper put in bottle, sealed with black candle. Craving healed, let the flame burn down the hour, harnessing required willpower. Then you'll place the candle in the neck of the bottle and let it burn for an hour. Relight it if temptation gets in the way, and then you'll say, gratefully, I accept the magic of your protection, the magic of you, a protection to assist in all that I do. Lend me the courage, build power in me, assist my transcendence and motive be.
Oh God! And now my patron is now talking to me in my head. Fuck. Okay, Dionysus, I will use you in the incantation.
I can screenshot this and send it to you.
Yes,
Oh.
please.
And
Because
then it also has
Dionysus is like, well, I'm the god of willpower, anyways, because I'm the one that takes away people's willpower. Let it go. Who needs willpower? Drink, my darling. Drink is all I'm hearing in my head.
And like the last section of it for magical meanings for the card, it says, an addiction is out of control. Seek professional help. Consider healthy eating and exercise. Don't give in. Determination will see you through. You're nearly there.
At first, about the addiction thing, I was like, oh, is Clint buying too many books or something? Are you calling that an addiction? And then I'm like, nope.
It's not the addiction that it's calling me out on. For those who don't know, I recently started a diet, and I've been working out on the Gazelle, but I also have a doctor's appointment next week because my hands have been tingling lately, and it's been really hard to physically read or actually do things because they've been hurting.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the doctor tells me my carpal tunnel is turning into arthritis, and not him gonna tell me that I have diabetes. Because right now, those are the only two outcomes I can think of. I mean,
Yeah.
Sterling's been snapping at me, going, "Why are we going to diabetes? And why are you automatically thinking it's a death sentence?" It's like, I'm not thinking it's a death sentence. I just don't like taking needles, so I don't want a diagnosis where I'm going to have to take needles every day.
I
Listen.
don't blame you. I totally get it because on Tuesday, the day that I actually went back to work, I had endocrinologist appointment just to check my levels for my PCOS.
Mm-hmm.
And the 6 months prior, my insulin level was at, I think she said, a 9, and now it's up at a 14. So I had to up my metformin, which is a diabetic medication, to try to bring down my insulin level because I'm not diabetic, but with PCOS, it makes me insulin resistant. So it's just a fine balance of trying to keep all that low.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. Which, me and my primary care doctor are pretty certain that the reason why my body is also flaring up, showing like a possible autoimmune disease, like around last year, is because of the endometriosis that I had removed. Because I was doing some like research of it, and it shows like it can pull some triggers with some of the blood work that rheumatologist does with it. So I'm expecting when I go back to the rheumatologist and do blood work for him, I have a feeling that those levels are going to be like below where they like are flagged for that because of the endo.
See, the tingling with my hands, you know that sensation of like when you're waking up and your body is like tingling?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of just it feeling like little staticky, it'll tingle at first and then it'll just start shooting pain. Like
Yeah.
when you wake up and then you step on your foot,
Mhm.
and you put your foot down and it's trying to wake up and it's all that pain. I literally tried to hold a book on lunch the other day, and I was literally in the cafeteria area we have at work, bawling my eyes out silently because I couldn't hold open a book. And that right there, if I can't hold open a book, is my life is over as it is. Like that to me, that's where my mind goes to because that's the one thing I'm known for. It's the one thing I've done since I was a child, is I've always physically read. So if it wasn't for audiobooks and Kindles this month, I wouldn't have finished the things I finished.
I like how this deck is just playing off of your emotions because it's saying, uh, give yourself time to grieve and move past a heartbreak.
Well, it also because it sucks because I wanted to start writing,
Yeah.
and I keep coming up with the ideas for my book, and now I have song titles that are going to be the titles of my books, and that's not even for the book that I'm supposed to be working on. That's for the side books that my brain keeps thinking of.
Those are for the other projects.
It's for another project because I have the main one that I'm working on, which is basically a "To All the Boys I Loved Before" meets Grinder
Hmm.
story, which may morph into the other project as well.
Oh, so you are thinking of.
I have an idea of how that would work, but I don't know if I want them in that town. I also have a small town romance book series idea where I'm making a small town in Oklahoma that is queer and diverse friendly. It's literally the only it's going to be the only town in Oklahoma without crime because everybody there is accepting of everybody, and it's like that's how this town was built, and it was mainly built for Native Americans to have a safe space to go, and they started welcoming in other minorities that ran from other towns, and it just has grown over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I am literally basing it off of one of my hometowns. I'm just putting it next to a mountain and a lake in Oklahoma. I need to go see said mountain because it's been several years since I've been to Mount Scott,
Road trip.
and I need to know how much of a distance is it between that and Lake Latonka? Latonka? Yeah, between the two, because if the town doesn't fit the way I want, I'm gonna have to go to a different plan.
See, I admire you guys like who are wanting to get into writing. I hated writing in school and I have no desire to do any writing.
See, I hate writing for school. Anytime there's anything to do with writing, like I had to do like a research paper, and I swear, as soon as I got to the minimum requirements, I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I don't care if I met all the criteria. You can have it and grade it.
Well, even
But
for like
writing
my school,
different
we did
things.
like short story writings and stuff like that. I hated doing that. Like fifth
The
grade
I
only
to like
hate
one
short stories.
high school, I hated.
there was only two times where I had like one was because of a class I had where I took creative writing and we did several different short stories. One of those short stories I kind of want to bring back and actually flesh it out better because I turned in the wrong edition. I deleted what I thought was the old edition, and it wasn't until I had it all printed and everything bound together in like the full collection that I realized she got the bare minimum one.
Mm.
Well, it's also a murder mystery, and it was called Murder on Rock Creek Road because a friend of mine lived at the end of Rock Creek Road, and we took her home one night, and we spun our car we spun three times because we thought we saw someone in the middle of the road holding an axe. I was not the only one who saw him.
Well, you want a little something?
No, we were all sober. We went to a party after we dropped her off at home. But it was
Just
the
so you
middle.
know, Clint, you in my Moonology deck, you got a super moon, and it says emotions are running high.
Yeah. I'm a Cancer. They're always running high. I'm a Cancer born on a full moon. They're always running
Damn.
high. But so, and then the other time I wrote a short story for math class. She was letting us do extra credit.
Ah.
I already had an A in the class. I just thought what she was assigning us was fun. We had to use at least 30 math terms in the story. And we got an extra point for every math term we used. And
That
I
sounds like
based
torture
it.
to me. I hate math too, so
Yeah, I'm like,
I
nope.
based it off of one of our new principals who I hated, who we called when he would walk down the hallway, it was always beware the little red leprechaun. Who had to put on his algae bra. It was a bra made of algae, and I was in algebra class. And I got that. It was so stupid. It is the worst thing I've ever written because trying to find a way to make those words work. I think it was like at one point he said a line of something like, "I need you to trig on me." Trigonometry. Like trig on me a tree or something, and it made no sense.
I know. I'm like,
But I had him do something to a tree, like he was trimming the tree, and then like he had to place the trims like on him to like hide or something, and it made sense in the story, but when I'm saying it, it doesn't make sense.
damn.
Like it got really stupid. But then again, I also used to write fan fiction of Zachariah Smith and Ronald Weasley
Jesus
screwing
Christ.
all over the place. And then there was one that we threw in Draco, which got really fun because I read one where they raped Draco because he deserved it.
Sam's like,
It was a really questionable one, but it was hilarious when I got done with it because they magicked his face. You know, like the spell in the book where what's her name's told about the about Dumbledore's army and she got sneak written across her face. He had bottom written across his face. And Madame Pomfrey couldn't get it removed because it was permanently done to him and there was no magic to undo it. And he walked in wearing a brown paper
this
bag.
card even fits more perfectly because the additional meanings for this card, it says speak to the goddess and ask for her assistance. So speak to your goddess. You read bad stuff.
It was hilarious because the rape was with a broomstick,
oh dear.
but it was just the way it was done because he called Hermione a mudblood and then said something about someone else and they just threw him down, tied him up, and then things happened. But he enjoyed it.
It doesn't make it much better.
Impossible.
What?
Believe in the impossible.
I mean, one of my best friends in high school, she wrote a Snape and Harry romance where he fell in love with Harry and had sex with him but never once left his eyes because he was having sex with the eyes, not Harry, because he had his mother's eyes.
I need to like.
But then again, I also wrote Charmed Harry Potter crossovers and Buffy Charmed Harry Potter crossovers.
Okay, so full moon in Leo, and it's got the lion. So Harry, Gryffindor, the lion. And it says, don't let pride get in your way.
But no, I did one short story where Hermione and Luna and Willow from Buffy were cousins. And they were kissing cousins.
Oh.
It was a weird time for me as a child. Because halfway through it I had them
Only as a
kissing.
child?
Halfway through it I had them kissing, forgetting they were cousins, because I forgot what I wrote prior.
Sure.
Okay.
So I'm scared for any future books that I end up writing.
I mean, from what I'm hearing is you would be really good at writing fucked up romance. That's what I'm hearing.
But what's funny is the two things that I have going in my head are cutesy rom-coms that just happen to have sex scenes. Well, okay, the two other boys I love before meets Grinder, that's gonna have some very explicit sex scenes. It's gonna start with a sex scene where his boss hasn't been over a desk screwing him, and then he fires him afterwards. And then it goes home and his house is burning down. And he's turning 30, never fell in love, so has to go live with his parents. And that's when his best friend goes, hey, how about you look up your 5 best lays and see if any of them you can fall in love with. Because then it's the best friend that he falls in love with.
I'm sitting here like, shut up and take my money. Write the damn book so I can read it, please.
I mean, you say you're writing a hockey romance. Shut up, take my money. I mean, our project that
And I'm
we're
over
gonna be
here and I'm over here la-di-da. I'm waiting for any book that comes my way, apparently. Like, if
There's
anyone
just
wants
gonna
me to
be,
read
like,
something.
over the next few years, there's just gonna be random packages showing up at your doorstep. It's just gonna be our books.
Yeah, here
Ooh,
you go.
another book. Ooh, another book.
You'll be like, oh shit, there's another one? Damn.
Be
I
like,
just got
oh.
another one like 6 months ago.
Be like, oh, I didn't know he already had 12 in that series. The hell? Well, no, okay, so for the small town romances, okay, have you ever heard of the band The Wanted?
Yeah.
I'm going to be using some of their song titles for the book titles. All I see is Heart Vacancy and Lightning and Heartbreak Story and Glad You Came. Glad you came. Oh, what was the
I was
other
about
one?
to say, if you don't use that for a spicy chapter, I'm going to be very, very disappointed.
That one
in you.
has to be the most smuttiest book in the series.
I was actually thinking about the one with Silver and Rhodey, that one being called Glad You Came. Because it's To All the Boys I Love Before meets Grinder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am a whore. Talking about the book that I'm writing? Oh, he just wanted to come in here and call me a whore. Just to call me a whore.
Such sweet love there. So supportive. But I can't say much. Me and Jordan go around and sometimes calling use a bitch. Just randomly.
I also have, like, Rock Your Body would be a good book title for a smutty romance.
Yeah.
Or Running Out of Reasons. Personal Soldier. Or Love Sewn, because it's SEWN, and have like a sewing thing in it would be cute.
Aww.
Or Let's Get Ugly.
Just don't turn it into like a human centipede type of sewing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
No, so no Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, sewing.
Please no.
She said no human centipede sewing. Okay. Because I said there'd be sewing in the book.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't be able to ever touch my sewing machine again if that happened.
I'm sure there's books out there like that.
They can stay way over there.
Drunk on Love would be another one that would be good.
Mm.
A Good Day for Love to Die.
Hmm.
I thought that one would be cute. It would just start off with his lover dying at the very beginning.
I was gonna say that one sounds a little sad.
But no, with the small town, I'm going to use every Mel romance trope I can think of. There's going to be a stepbrother romance, a stepfather, stepson. There's going to be.
I love how those are the first tropes you think about.
I go,
Well,
what
okay,
are you into,
hold
bro?
Listen. Small town, friends to lovers, one bed trope, sports. The stepfather stepson one, I already have an idea for that one.
Again,
mom's
going back to
already-
that.
But no, that one's gonna be like it's not gonna be as taboo as it sounds. His mom has already passed away.
That makes it better.
That does not make it any better.
And he wasn't his stepfather when he was a child.
Okay, that makes it a little
He
bit
married
better.
his mom when he was 19. And his
Fair.
mom and him got divorced when he was 27, and she's already recently passed away, and he just happens to be the one who comes and gets him out of jail.
Okay, fair. What the fuck did he do to get himself in jail?
Wrong town, got arrested.
Ah.
Suspicious person driving a car at night, and he
Yeah.
happened. This is gonna sound really bad, but it's Oklahoma, and he happens to be a person of color.
Understandable when you say Oklahoma and that. Yeah.
Oklahoma backwoods towns, because he's going home to his town.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So, I kind of have to take this state for what it is.
You can't make it all sunshine and rainbows.
Then it's not believable.
Yeah.
So I need some bullshit excuses.
I mean, you could get away with any scenario here in Florida.
Oklahoma's
Florida.
almost as bad. So, we're getting there.
Almost, though.
Oh, but we're not as
Yeah.
bad as Missouri right now.
I
With
don't
what
know.
What
they
happened
just
there?
passed. That trans kids, if your child is going to school in the wrong appropriate clothing, you can be arrested as a parent for endangerment to children. And if your children are going through therapy, they must stop. And if they're on any hormones medication, even if they need the hormone medication to live, they cannot take it.
Fuck that.
And they're threatening to take kids from people's homes. So, and that just got passed in Missouri.
Well, no, this is a place I'm never going.
And a friend of mine who's trans almost moved to Missouri for work.
Dear Lord.
She went, never mind. I declined.
She's like, nope, 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 nope.
Now she's looking at Colorado. Or Washington. She hasn't decided how far away she wants to get from her family.
There.
I was like, Washington, you've already threatened to kill your mother 7 times, so
Yeah, Washington.
in front of officers. So
Washington.
go to Washington, darling. We love you.
Yeah, Washington.
I was like, go move to Forks. You like Twilight. Do it.
Yeah.
It's just getting. It's just a shit show everywhere.
I mean, Dolly Parton dropped a song where she attacks the government. If Dolly Parton's pissed off, then you really did something.
We all should be.
Mm-hmm.
Because she attacks both sides of the fence in her song going, they wouldn't know decency and truth if it bit them in the ass.
Yep.
Those are song lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, when we all heard that, all of us went, oh, this is
Oh.
the woman who said she would never talk politics ever and has gone how far in her career without talking about them? To now she's pissed.
She's like, I retract everything I said before.
But I can't wait for her album because she's got so many amazing collaborations. There's one collaboration we could do without, but that's beside the point.
What is that?
We can do without the Kid Rock collaboration because he's a horrible human being. But I'm also excited for that song because it's also Kid Rock. So
Yeah,
it's like
it's like you know what you expect what you're getting because Kid Rock.
yes.
But I have his very first CD. My sister ended up getting 2 copies like 1 year for Christmas, so I got the second copy. So
But no, let me pull it up. She has some fucking amazing collaborations on this. Like she has a song with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. She has a song with Joan Jett.
oh my gosh, I want to hear that one.
Hold on, where are they? Right here. We have Richie Sambora. I don't know who that is. She has a song with Sting, Steve Perry,
Oh my
Ann
gosh.
Wilson, Steven Tyler, Stevie Nicks, Chris Stapleton, Miley Cyrus.
Of
That one
course, she has to.
I'm kind of curious because they're doing Wrecking Ball, and I'm kind of
Well,
curious how
of
that one's
course,
gonna
she
go.
would do a song with Miley.
Yeah.
That's her granddaughter.
Why would she
Or
not
her
include her goddaughter?
She has a song with Pink and Brandy Carlisle
Oh
together.
my gosh.
Debbie Harry, Elton John, Melissa Etheridge, Lizzo. She is doing a song with Lizzo and Sasha
Damn.
Flute. I'm assuming Lizzo's going to be doing a flute. Oh, duh, Sasha Flute's the name of her flute. They're doing Stairway to Heaven.
Oh wow.
You've got Linda Perry. You've got Emmylou Harris and Sheryl Crow. Pat Benatar.
Pat. Jesus.
Um,
I'm surprised she hasn't done anything with Pat and Joan Jett before. Even
I
if
know,
it's
right?
just like a mixed genre thing.
I'm just like, some of these song titles, I'm like, oh my god, we're doing Every Breath You Take, Open Arms. What has rock and roll ever done for you? Purple Rain.
Hmm.
I Hate Myself for Loving You is the Joan Jett song. Keep
What's
on
funny is I
Loving
think
You.
yeah, what's funny, I have a Joan Jett CD in my car, like in the CD player in my car currently. That's been like the main CD.
I've seen Joan Jett live
Jordan has 2, and so has my sister.
for free.
I will be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
My sister had seen her in Warp Tour when she went, and I am very salty about that.
When I worked at the casino and we had our free concerts, I got to go out there and watch part of her show for free. And she came into the gift shop, her and her manager, and bought snacks and cigarettes. And talked with me and said I was the most adorable gay kid she's ever seen. And I was like, I'm not a kid. She was like, well, how old are you? You look like what? You're 17? I was like, God bless your heart. At the time, I was 25. I was like, bless you. I'm 25. She's like, you do not look a day over 17. It's like, I love you. My best friend's in the audience.
Jordan's dad always compared me to like looking like Joan Jett when I had my hair cut a certain way. He called me like Little Joan a little bit. Like, okay.
But no, I was like, I told Sterling, I was like, I'm not the biggest rock and roll fan. Like, I have to be in the mood for rock and roll. But it's Dolly Parton. So whatever she does is going to be like gold no matter what.
I have had been putting off Fall Out Boy's newest album, like listening to the entire album for like since it came out, and I have listened to it just like a week or two ago, and I'm kicking myself that it took me so long to read that or listen to it, I should say.
I'm also excited for Kelly Clarkson's new album that's coming out. Even though I feel like I'm going to be bawling my eyes out majority of that album. Because she wrote it about her breakup. Please don't. He was like, now I feel like I should take it off of my Amazon shopping cart.
Mm.
I'm like, no.
He'll cry for another reason.
Would you like to talk?
No, I'm saying I'm bored. I'm
I know.
harassing you.
So I was like, you want to talk and harass them?
No, I want to harass you.
Okay.
I bought tickets Wednesday for us to see Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Yes.
Yeah, because Jordan wants to see them. I know of only really one song that I've heard of from there. I might have heard more of their songs, just didn't realize it. That's kind of how it was with 3 Days Grace and Godsmack when we saw them last year. But
Aren't they... Hold on. I'm thinking the wrong band. Never mind. I literally just pulled them up and I went, never mind, you're not who I was thinking of. I was thinking of Ocean Avenue. Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna get us pit passes to be like right at the gate, but by the time they said that those passes weren't going to be on sale until the 10th, so that's why I waited until Wednesday to try to get pit passes. When I went to go order it, it was all sold out, and this was like 8 o'clock in the morning.
See,
it's irritating.
I was gonna buy Sterling for his birthday tickets to see Sasha Colby, the current winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, who is also someone that we've loved for years before she was ever on the show because she's a legend in her own right. But she was going to be coming in like September, October time. So I was like, ooh, June, I was like, May, second paycheck, I can buy the tickets. Yeah, that show got canceled, and her show is in 2 weeks, and it was sold out. Like, that show got canceled, and she got moved up because she won this show, she is now joining the overseas RuPaul event. And I'm like, damn it. So I told Sterling, I was like, so we still gonna go see Jinx Monsoon?
Jordan was going through the videos on his phone today, and he came across one video that he took when we went to the Hella Mega Tour to see Fall Out Boy, Weezer, and Green Day. This was it was like 2 years ago, and they were playing Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it was between Fall Out Boy and Green Day when they were switching out like the instruments. They were playing it, and the entire stadium was singing it.
See, I was so angry when My Chemical Romance announced that they were going to have a comeback performance. It's supposed to be a tour, and it turned into one performance in LA. And I'm like, that's the other side of the United States.
Yeah. One of Jordan's Xbox friends that they had lived in California, him and his girlfriend, but then they moved up to like Washington and then to Vegas. I think they got to see them because his girlfriend is really big into like all the like punk music and stuff I'm into as well. And I commented on her stuff. I'm like, I am so jealous.
And then you've got Hope over here who's like, who are these bands? I've never
I
heard of these people.
recognize some of the names. I'm over
Who
here,
did you
baby.
recognize? Hold on, who'd you recognize?
Like Green Day and My Chemical Romance.
I was about to say, if you didn't know MCR, then you haven't heard my ringtone for Jordan enough. That's what my
And
ringtone
I'm sitting
is.
over here going,
MCR
if
stuff.
you don't know who MCR is, you need to go look them up and listen to them now because this is like a friendship ending thing.
I know
Listen.
And
that, but
Fall
I
Out
just
Boy
don't
is like my
listen
favorite
to
band.
them.
Yeah, Fall Out Boy is like
Listen.
my favorite band. So they're seeing them perform live was like one of those bucket list things for me.
See, mine was Panic at the Disco when I got to see them live. Get to see my husband live.
I wanted to
Mary,
see them
oh.
too. Same thing with MCR, but
Oh, and the concert. Okay, when he was here and I got to go see him, it is the gayest concert I think I've ever been to. Gayest thing I've ever been to. The person who opened up for his opening act was this one man band thing named Max, who's gay as hell, who opened up for Haley Kiyoko, who's lesbian. Which me and my cousin were sitting there joking that we got to see Lemonade Mouth live because of her. And then it went into Panic at the Disco, and at one point we all had these little, because we were sitting on the floors, we had floor seats, and we all had these little bitty pieces of paper. And when we shone our flashlights through for one particular song, it formed a rainbow heart above us.
No.
And my favorite part of the concert was him flying above me, playing the piano to my favorite Panic at the Disco song, which is Dying in LA. I don't know why that's my favorite. Something about it just hits me. And he stopped playing the piano when he was right above me, took his mic and leaned down, and he was looking directly at me. And I was just like, and I'm sitting here singing along, and I'm like, and then I just stop and I just like froze.
Like,
I was like, he's staring at me. And then he did like this, like he went to go back and he went, and I went, he blew me a kiss. He blew me a kiss. I'm like, he could be looking at the girl in front that's next to me or my cousin. I don't care. Or the
you're
girl
like,
this
I
way or the
don't
girl
care.
He blew a kiss at me. Fuck everybody else.
You're like, that's mine. I don't care if it was actually supposed to be
I'm
somebody
accepting
else's.
it. I'm accepting it. Listen. I'm like, fuck y'all. And my cousin, during the Haley Kiyoko performance, because this was around the time my cousin first started having panic attacks, because of the beats from the speakers, she had a panic attack at Panic at the Disco.
On
she
brand.
panicked at the disco, literally.
Literally.
And I was like, what do I do? She needs water. I can't leave her by herself. And the guy behind me, him and his wife, he's a retired officer. Showed me his license where it shows retired officer. She's a nurse. She showed me credentials. They sat with my cousin while I ran and got water and brought it back to her.
Aww.
And they made sure throughout the show that she was okay. And I was just like,
nice.
oh, there are nice people in this world. Very far and few between, but...
Literally what I was thinking.
And I was like, y'all are in y'all's like late 60s, early 70s, and you're at a Panic at the Disco concert? What?
You're just like, I should be that.
You're at the gayest Panic at the Disco concert, I should say, because it was one of the first concerts he did after. It was like one of the first ones he did after he came out as pansexual. So he wanted it to be super gay. And I was like,
See, my thing though is if I did see him in concert, I would want like first first out kind of Panic at the Disco with the entire original band.
Yeah. Seeing
So
as
like Ryan and Spencer and yeah.
it's only him now from the original because he can't work with any of them because they were all addicted to drugs and stuff like that, so he couldn't be around them.
Yeah. That I don't blame them.
I'm like, he's awesome in concert. Pink's awesome in concert.
I want to see her in concert.
I saw her with her last album release, the one where she has the song with Eminem, but she also did that music video with Channing Tatum, and she put Channing in a dress. I can't think of any of the titles of the songs right now.
Yeah, I
But
remember either. I just know if I've ever met her in person, I would probably be a bothering mess because she's like one of my favorite people ever.
Same. Ooh, also, oh god, I just had the name of their band, Muse. Muse is fucking amazing in concert. And Hope, have you seen Twilight?
Yes.
You've heard of Muse.
Okay.
Baseball scene. They sing Supermassive Black Hole. I'm like, for those who don't know who Muse is, watch Twilight. Watch all 3 Twilight movies. Or all 3. All 4. 5.
There's 5.
5 Twilight movies. There's a Muse song in every one. It was required by Stephenie Meyer. That is her all-time favorite band. And she requested at least 1 Muse song in each film. I don't remember where the Muse songs are in the last 2, but I know they're there. And I was in love with Muse before Twilight came out.
I was high on painkillers when I watched Twilight because of having my wisdom teeth taken out, so I don't remember really any of the music. I know there's a Paramore song in there somewhere.
Yeah, Decode.
Yeah.
Decode by Paramore. But no, I will say I did kind of fall asleep at the Muse concert during 1 full song. But I was also up for 48 hours prior.
I fell asleep in the middle of a Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert. And that's a feat. But I like, this is like was the first concert I have ever been to because it was a band thing that we went to Nashville for because they were performing in the Bridgestone Arena. And you would think with all the flashing lights and loud music, and I wouldn't have been able to kind of doze off, but somehow I managed to.
Friends of mine who went to a Trans-Siberian Orchestra, 4 of them all decided to get high as fuck before going. And halfway through it, one of them had a gigantic panic attack because he was high on weed and mushrooms. And they think he took something else. They think he might have taken ecstasy prior to all of it. Had a minor freak out because he thought the trombone person was coming after him. Because he kept seeing the trombone getting closer and closer. They were 2 seats from the stage. There were 2 rows from the stage. And he literally stood up, screamed, and ran out. And they said that when he hit the door, his pants fell because his pants caught on the chair as he was going, and they ripped a little, and he didn't realize. And I was like, I'm so glad I didn't go with y'all. I was supposed to go with y'all. I'm so glad.
You're like, yay, I wasn't associated with you weirdos.
And now I'm like, I'm so happy I'm not associated with a single one of those people ever again. Because the one who was the main one that I would have gone with is the one who, when I told her I was engaged, first words out of her mouth was, "Isn't it too soon?" I was like, just because your engagement failed, you chose a shitty person for the father of your baby, does not mean that mine is going to fail. I mean, we're almost to our 1 year mark for wedding and our 3 year mark on dating.
Yeah, me and Jordan, on the 25th would be 13 years of being together.
We started dating during the pandemic. We're
We started
pandemic
dating when I
lovers.
was 15. We dated for a year and then we got engaged. And I was engaged my senior year of high school. We were the entire year, and then we got married when the week after I turned 18.
I didn't get my first official, like, I don't count high school boyfriends. None of them, like, we only saw each other at school, except for one of them. And that one was technically dating one of my best friends at the time. Me and him just fooled around behind her back. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. I mean, I got to have fun with a lot of her ex-boyfriends while they were dating. That's how I perfected some techniques. But that's beside the point. I didn't get my first official boyfriend until right after high school.
Oh, my
And-
first boyfriend, or the first guy I dated, but that relationship lasted a week. That was my sophomore year, and he was a senior. Apparently, I like older guys because Jordan's like almost 2 years older than me.
I say I like older guys, and then I marry Sterling, who is 3 years younger than me. He is the same age my sister would be if she was alive. I don't know how to take that.
Damn.
Oh, speaking of my sister, because I never did the Care Bear thing that I was supposed to do for her
Oops.
birthday. It was a stressful week at work that week. Listen, I forgot all about it. Listen. I'm revamping TBR, my Toilet TBR game. I'm doing new bottles. And each month I have to pull a Care Bear out of a bottle, and that's going to be my buddy of the month. And they're going to be in every video with me for that month
Aw.
that are filmed during that month.
Yeah.
So you'll know, like, when I film a video and when it posts, it's like what month it was if you pay attention to the Care Bears videos. And I'm thinking about using them for, like, Instagram photos and stuff.
That'll be cute.
But at the same time, I don't want to copy, what's her name? Charlotte,
Oh, yeah.
where all of her Instagram photos have a stuffed animal in
Yeah.
them. Do you want out?
Gotta go let the puppy out.
I'm gonna have to grab my computer charger here soon.
But yeah, I thought it was a cool way to utilize the stuffed animals. So they're, like, not just sitting there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And I'm
Harry is
revamping.
in diver mode.
Aww.
I just want to give him a pat, but I can't.
Oh, hold on.
Chewy decided.
Try not to drop the computer. That would be great. But wake up, Harry. Wakey.
Yeah, Chewy decided to attack the door because Chewy said I was being too gay and sappy, so he wanted out.
Big yawn.
He's like, I can't deal
Mocha
with
was
this
yelling
bullshit.
at me earlier. When I was eating my food and you were reading the cards off to Hope. Mocha was in the hallway, like in front of the doorway, just screaming. Like, ma'am, can I help you?
But no.
Bravo's been wanting more love lately. He's been actually jumping into my lap on the couch
Ooh.
and
Aw.
wanting to sit in my lap lately. So
None of my cats do that.
This is why we have a dog.
Hey, boop.
Well,
My
also,
dog doesn't like it.
Sterling's also allergic to cats, so
Fair. I mean, my
We
one
will-
cat, he does like to sit on your lap, just in the world's most inconvenient place while you're on the toilet. If he comes into the bathroom with you and you shut the door behind you and he's locked in there with you, he's trying to climb onto your lap. Like, excuse me, I'm here to keep you entertained.
see, you have that. I have Chewy, who I'm trying to lay in bed. We have the smallest dog, and this dog thinks I don't belong in the bed.
Oh,
So-
sure sounds like somebody I know
You have Sterling has this.
staring at me.
I end up with this much of the bed because the dog is pushing me off. Or last night, I kind of threw Chewy at Sterling without meaning to, and he kind of hit Sterling in the face, and Sterling snapped at me because it was storming outside, and Chewy decided he was going to walk across my back because he's freaking out. And all I felt were nails in my back, and I flipped real fast. And Chewy kind of went flying into Sterling's face.
I'm just picturing this.
And Sterling was trying to get Chewy off of me at that moment. He had bent over to go like this as I flipped. And I was like, he's like, if you wouldn't do that, I can remove him. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'd be like, I didn't realize you were even awake.
I was like, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I choked awake. Listen.
Well, it was thundering and lightning pretty good when we got back from Jordan's mom around like 4 or 5 o'clock. And there's one like lightning struck pretty close, like behind the house, and it like when the thunder hit, it scared the crap out of Harry. He jumped and started to run down the hallway, like trying to get away. Like, oh, buddy.
We're in Oklahoma. It's tornado season.
Well, after the Hurricane Michael wiped out majority of our trees, we've been getting like bad tornadoes lately here because there's no wind buffer because of less trees.
We not yesterday, but the day before, there was 2 tornadoes that touched ground. One started in Blanchard and one started in Tuttle. Tuttle going towards Mustang, which means heading towards us. And then Blanchard started to go towards Norman, where a lot of my friends are. And I was like, are you in your shelter? Are you in your shelter? Are you okay? Are you okay? Everything good? People in Moore, are you good? People in Norman, good? I called my mom. I'm like, any of your coworkers you friends with live near Tuttle High School? Or the tiger thing? Because there was one year where we had a tiger-nado. Yeah, screw Sharknado. We had tiger, bear, lion, tornado because it destroyed the animal shelter in Tuttle
Aww.
and released the tigers, the lions, the jaguars, a bear, and a elephant that got out. And the tiger ended up at the casino where I worked. I was at work when the tiger got there, and I was like, who the fuck played Jumanji? Can we not? Because it was the year Robin Williams died. And I was like, did he go back into Jumanji?
Baby.
Listen, you're playing Jumanji. Stop it.
We live just down the road from a feline sanctuary. So if something happens, there's like good like maybe 10 different big cats that can get loose. And Jordan had worked there when he was a kid, and he helped raise one of the mountain
crazy lady.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy who runs it, he hates the crazy lady.
Who doesn't? I don't know. Do you know who we're talking
but
about?
But he also is kind of crazy too. So it's
Carol
not
Baskins.
far. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna assume Hope has not heard of the Tiger King.
No, I have. You said it, and that's why I was like,
Okay. As someone who's actually met the Tiger King, when he was taking little cubs to the there's actually a scene in his show where they're at the mall with a huge crowd. If they would have panned over 2 inches to the right, you would have seen me.
ooh,
I saw my grandmother's arm, and I was sitting in her lap.
damn.
And the guy who taught him magic, I graduated high school with. Oh, sorry, Alicia. Alicia's like, I think Carol Baskin's closer to me than Sam.
Possibly.
Actually, she just moved. She's moving her thing. She bought one of Joe's sanctuaries. So I think she's coming to Oklahoma. Kill the bitch. Come near me, I swear. Come near me.
Fair.
Well, no, it's sad enough that on Drag Race Holland, the Holland edition of RuPaul's Drag Race, one of the people did for Snatch Game did Tiger King. And the way they were talking was like, everyone from Oklahoma acts like this.
Mm.
So I just gotta act like an Okie. Guys, we ain't that bad. Okay, some of us are. Some of the people I'm related to are worse. But hey, not all of us gays in Oklahoma act like that. We don't have 3 husbands. And 2 out of 3 are actually straight men who are just married to him because he spends his money on them. I was like, you have a sugar daddy, not a husband. There's a difference. And it's bad enough that several of the people that were in that documentary I've seen on Grindr. I was like, Oklahoma, small state.
I mean, it's not that small of a state, so I'm like, huh?
It feels like a tiny state when every queer person practically almost knows every queer person. Almost.
True.
Especially if they have anything to do with the drag circuit. I go and hang out with drag queens and they're like, oh, do you know? And I'm like, oh my God, I love her. I'm like, oh, you're that Jim. Gotcha. And then I turn around and get upset when straight, cisgendered older women are like, oh my God, you're gay. Oh my God, my nephew's gay and his name is Jim. Do you know a Jim? Oh my God, I met him last year at the convention. He's a hoot and a half. And I've literally had a woman ask me if I knew her nephew. I think his name was Jonathan.
Oh
How
my
many
God.
queer Jonathans I know?
You're like, you gotta be more specific.
And I literally was like, oh my God, that Jonathan. I met him last year at the convention. And she's like, convention? I was like, yeah, don't you know us gays have a convention every year? We got to get together to plot the downfall of the straights. And she was like, are you being serious? And I was like, no, not every fag knows every fag. Listen.
Listen, Linda.
I was just like, that was rude. Just to assume I know your son or nephew. And then another woman was like, but do you know Randy? And I'm like, Randy what? And she told me the last time. I was like, oh my God, I actually know him.
You're like, wait.
Like, Kim, I do know.
I was like, he's not that fun in bed. And she was like, I don't need to know that about my son.
I'd be like, you asked if I knew him.
Listen,
You didn't say not to say how.
listen, there's only a couple of ways I know certain queers in Oklahoma. Listen, I had a hoe phase. Listen, Grinder got used quite often. Probably shouldn't have been. After some of the horror stories I found out from other friends.
See,
Like-
that is why I'm glad that wasn't a thing when I was younger and or like just I skipped that stage of dating period. We went online, but it was on a music website. So
See, when you live in Oklahoma and you come from small towns where you don't know a lot of gay people, you use apps like Grindr because you want to lose your virginity or you want to have sex because the person you lost your virginity to was horrible because you had to wait 10 minutes into it and asked if he was in. And I went to his house to hang out with him and his girlfriend. She got called into work, and it was the day before my grandfather's funeral.
Oh,
And I was crying on his shoulder.
the stories I hear from you. I should get extra points if I can remember all these stories.
I did tell Hope and Alicia the other day when we were talking about the books and stuff. I'm gonna use a lot of my past hookup stories and stuff for my books.
Yeah, the school roof when there was actually a sleep-in inside of with the students.
It was an elementary school building that we climbed up to the top and did not know there was a sleep-in that night because they went into the school after we were already on top of the roof. We were looking at the stars and stuff like that is what it started with.
Oh, so that's what we're calling it now.
I didn't know we were
Looking at
gonna.
the stars.
I didn't know we were gonna get to that.
He was
I-
doing other stargazing. It's fine.
Yeah. Listen, I earned my gay card. Listen, or
The many Walmart incidents.
mini Walmart
I've heard
incident.
of a couple of them.
Front of Walmart, behind Walmart, front bathrooms, back bathrooms, fixture room, which is across the hall from the managers while I was clocked in. Those shelves went to baby food aisle. I thought it was hilarious because I'm the one who had to build the baby food aisle. And they brought
And
out
you have the
and they brought the shelves to us and me and David started laughing. You've got the park across the street from the police station.
The police officer.
Yeah.
You told me about that one.
The
I
priest.
remember the one that you told about when you answered the door in a lizard's robe.
Naked to
Yeah.
the what is it, Jehovah Witness? Yeah, the
I think
Jehovah
so, yeah.
Witness. And I had painted all these signs and stars and stuff on me with lipstick.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I've got a lot of stories I can use. I've also got stories that aren't mine that I can use, especially if I need a good drunk character in a story. Like my friend Candy, I had her bent over my car once, and I was trying to take her corset off of her because it was a Halloween party, and she started having a panic attack as we were heading back to the car. And our friend Brooke was walking up to the car, and all she saw was Candy bent over in front of me. And she was jerking at the car. So she was like, what the hell is going on here? You're a lesbian and you're a gay guy. What?
You're like,
Who drank what?
yeah, you're like, how drunk were you?
She's also the one who fell asleep once with a trash can on her head and woke up and counted and talked to the floating ducks that were in the trash can. Because it was one of those that had like little water in it with like the ducks.
Oh, that makes sense.
She had the neighbor cut her corset off of her. She fell asleep in the yard, and it took 7 men to carry her into the house. I was just like, you guys are just weak.
Yeah, I was about to
It
ask.
takes 7 of y'all to carry a woman into.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, she's big and all, but y'all are weak.
That's like a two-man job at most.
Hello. The amount of times when I lived with her, she fell asleep half in her bedroom, half in the living room. And I just left her there.
I mean, fair.
I mean, there was the time I woke up with my pants stapled to the ceiling. And it was little staples. And it went up the leg, across the top, down the leg, over, up the crotch, down, over. And they were evenly spaced out.
Were you still in the pants?
No.
Okay, good.
I woke up naked in the bathtub.
Note to self, if I ever need like just a drunk moment for a book, I'll just message you and be like, drunk moment featuring blank, and you can fill in the blank.
I'm like, with these pants though, I'm still scared because I don't own a stapler. And my phone was wiped. I had no text messages. I had no Facebook messengers. I had no Snapchats. Grindr was deleted off my phone.
Somebody was trying to give you some advice.
All calls on my phone was erased. So I don't know if I had sex that night or not. If I had someone over or not. Because when I got out of the bathtub, I was hurting from head to toe, so I couldn't tell you. The last thing I remember was Candy opted out of her 25 shots of tequila and left. And went home. And I was at 23 shots of tequila, and then I finished her last 4 shots. And the rest of my shots to get to 25. There's a reason why I can't have tequila anymore.
Yeah,
I can't have tequila rose anymore not because of any like drinking too much of it. It's because it's way too close to the look and texture of milk and magnesia.
Yes.
So I cannot drink that anymore.
But I will state that tequila night with waking up with the pants stapled to the ceiling, I'm so proud of myself that my keys and my credit cards were frozen in ice trays. Like I stopped myself from shopping and leaving the house.
that is a smart thing to do.
And my glasses were underneath the couch. Like I slid them under the couch so they wouldn't break. Because it took me several hours to find my glasses. And it wasn't until I dropped the remote control to the TV that I found the glasses. Just sitting there perfectly protected.
You know, Hope, I just thought of something. Whenever we still need to decide like the game night between like a good date for the game night between you guys and Morgan and Karina, and should just have just you and Morgan guess the different, like, is it a Clint hookup story or is it someone else kind of thing?
Oh my god! Yes. Is
That'll be
this
one
a
of the
book?
games.
Is this a book sex scene or is it a Clint hookup?
Yeah.
Or is it a lie?
I mean, that would be hilarious.
Because then I'd be like, how many of these that aren't my actual sex stories are they going to think is my sex story? And I'm going to be like, you know, I haven't tried that yet.
You could add to the list.
I haven't gone skinny dipping. Or had sex in a pool, which apparently shocked the hell out of everybody when we were during one of the season-a-thon after-hour live shows.
I mean, I'm shocked about the skinny dipping.
They're like, you have had sex on top of an elementary school building and you haven't gone skinny dipping? No, I don't like to be naked in public. They're like, but you have sex in public. That's different. I'm not fully naked. My stomach isn't
yeah.
out.
Fair.
Or I'm Titanicing it in the back seat. Which me and an ex-fling did do the Titanic in the car, in the sense of we fogged up the windows so much that we both did 2 handprints. That was some good cheesecake too, because I brought him cheesecake for sex. He was like, I bet you won't bring me cheesecake. And I was like, you bet. Listen,
You're just like, I'm off to the store.
I already have the cheesecake because I'm at work. Bought the cheesecake at the little food thingy. And then I was like, I bought you a slice and me a slice. Listen, I wanted cheesecake and I wanted sex. Listen.
Fair.
But yeah, just having you and Morgan, yes, would be hilarious.
I mean, I'm down for that.
Is this a sex scene in a book? Or is it a Clint Tall? We don't know.
Find out.
Find out Friday at 7 p.m.
Write that down. Is there another Witchathon event happening that day? Because when is Meredith and Ashley doing their day?
I love Alicia. Why do I always come back to you guys talking about escapades?
Because you leave.
Because I'm involved, let's be honest. I don't honestly know if I can actually do that Friday. I was just... because the way it was sounded.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just checking. Yeah, the thing is, it is actually, that thing is Saturday at 5 when they're doing their trivia night. So we should probably push the Flower Crowns to Sunday so that there's not 2 events happening for Witchathon at once.
Let me double check with Sterling to make sure he doesn't have anything planned for that Sunday.
Okay.
Question. If we move the next live show from Saturday to Sunday, is that okay? Next Saturdays to next Sunday. Are we doing anything on the 21st? Okay. Because I know the 20th we have to vacate from here. For 4 hours. I told her I had to check with you to make sure we didn't have anything planned. Okay. Or who? Yeah. I'll wrap this up soon. I will wrap it up soon. Only because we're kind of running out of topics to talk about anyway. And we're just kind of going over my past sex stories now. It wasn't that big of a whore. He was like, that'll take another 4 hours.
Yeah, we were going into every single detail, but no. No, thank you.
Listen. I mean, sex is what got me and him together. Scooby Doo and vodka. We were watching Scooby Doo, drinking vodka. Then one thing led to another.
Fair.
While he was still with his ex.
Oops.
It's fine.
Look at that's the tea.
It's fine.
It's fine. You two are married now.
Yes. And his ex is with someone now. Someone that not his type, but okay, you do you, boo.
Fair.
But yeah, I knew this live show was just gonna be kind of like
It's just
filler,
unhinged.
unhinged, and filler.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's pretty accurate. Just right how I feel right now.
and we've got to go to his parents tomorrow. Yeah, his mom called us on Monday and asked if we wanted to come over for lunch on Sunday, and I was like, cool. Sure. Once we got off the phone with her, we went, fuck, that's Mother's Day.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So we went and saw my mom last night. She treated us to pizza
Ooh.
and then Brahms. Brahms's ice cream.
Ooh.
It is
Pizza
not
ice
what
cream.
Is that not what chaotic wilds are, though? Yes, it is.
True.
We're the filler coven.
We're just the coven when you just want to like list just stupid shit be said, join one of our lives. And it mostly ends up being you just saying weird shit. And me just being like, because you have a more interesting life. You have more experience with life.
That's because I'm old. Because I'm older. Not old. Because if I'm old, then what does that make Alicia?
I don't want to say that.
Lord have mercy. Sorry, I had to. But yes, it's because what is my live streams that I will say it, I'm the ancient one.
I was thinking that too, but I mean, when in doubt, it's still.
Are you stretching in front of the mirror and looking at yourself in the mirror?
The fuck?
Chewy is stretching out on the ground, staring at the mirror. He's right there next to the new full-length mirror that Sterling wanted for his outfits. But he did like this weird stretch and then just stared at himself in the mirror, and he walked up to the mirror and like hit it with his nose, and I'm like, what are you doing?
It's almost like, do I look good?
It's like, what are you doing? Weirdo.
Fair.
I'm trying to see if any of the other stuff want to play. But not really. I also forget what's on my altar. We're good. I almost fell. We're good.
Oh dear lord. Oh no, I just realized, I'm like, if this is how freaking unhinged this live is, imagine what the live show when we're drinking is gonna be.
During our smut and self-care weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna just have a.
Because we're filming that soon, and they're gonna. When is that supposed to be posted? Next Friday, right?
1 second.
Or Thursday?
I have it written down somewhere. I have it somewhere. Give me 2 seconds.
So that I can remind myself to write it out.
The 19th. So next Friday.
So next Friday.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
to feel that. I need it. What are you prompts for that? Where the fuck?
You sent me a picture. Did I save said picture? No, I did not.
Do I have said picture still?
You sent it to me on Instagram.
I'm seeing if I still have the photo. No, I don't. If you scroll up far enough in our messages.
It doesn't appear in just photos? What?
That's weird of it. Let me see
Oh,
if it shows up.
There it is. Our Pegasaurus for Pride prompts.
Yeah. I'm needing to think of like recommendations. Well, I know what I'm doing for one for sure. For a rec. So I'm gonna shove it down everybody's throat until they fucking read it.
What, the female one that you hauled?
No.
That Matt got you?
No.
Oh.
For the prompt number 5.
Spread a romance featuring 3+ people?
Yeah, I have a rec for that.
Scream for us!
That does work. I was more thinking a book that I've literally been obsessed with, Pucking Around by Emily Rath. Literally. Fucking read it.
Lessons
Hockey.
learned. Lessons learned by Katie Roberts. Fucking read
You
it.
mean learn my lesson?
Learn my lesson, whatever.
Her
It's the
Quarter of
only-
the Vampire Queen works too.
Oh. Yeah, our prompts are no glove, no love. You'll find this one funny, Sam. Lip syncing. Read a female romance. Because why do we call it scissoring when it should be called lip syncing?
Yeah.
Alicia was there for all of this being created.
That I think is like one of our favorites we've ever came up with.
I think so too, although I do really like the Whip My Cream. I do really like that one that we had.
Yes.
Or what we had for Valentine's, the 1 in the pink, 2 in the stink.
Yeah.
I still do like that one. Because I have, the only one I don't have is our Clipmas, because that's in a different book. Because this is just this year's stuff.
I know. I can't wait for this announcement. And then June 1st, we have another announcement coming
Mm-hmm.
for our lovely little project. That
I'm so
will
excited for
be
that.
replacing a project that I've been doing all year. And I started it last year, so it'll be replacing that said project. Because that project I'm passing along, I've got a couple people I want to talk to see if they want to take over that one. To take over CBC.
Wow. To be fair with that, it's like I've read a couple of the books, but
Girl, I'm literally gonna talk to Nikki, Karina, and Dana, and Kaylani, and be like, "Any of y'all want CBC?"
I would
y'all already linked together to read one series, so might as well turn that into the book club thing.
Yeah, like I would, but then I'm like, I have our thing.
We already have too much.
We have
Listen.
like just the two of us have 2 different things that we're actively going to continue doing because we have our like smutty weekend readathons and then our other project.
I like how you guys say other project, like you specify it with a certain tone of voice.
Other.
God, Ram, you. Bahram me.
I just realized. It took me like a good 2 seconds. You said the second thing, and then my brain processed the first thing.
Sam, I'm sending you a picture.
Okay.
This is the other project.
Which, funny thing, both of our things started with live streams. Like, they started because of live streams.
This is the name of the other project.
I still need to figure out how I wanted to do the theme song with the original song, but make it our thing. I still want to figure that out.
I'm still working on that too. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I am still trying to find a stuffed animal for it too.
Oh my god.
You know how hard it is to find a rainbow version of that as a stuffed animal?
I mean, it was hard to find that picture for the logo.
Yeah, I
almost
sent
sounds
you
like
a
somebody's peeing.
Yeah, Sam, I sent you a picture, and underneath it, what we'll be reading, like the theme of it. Rainbow version of what? Alicia, you know what it is.
You know.
Oh, okay, then she giggles. I'm like, you know what it is.
There's not that many.
It's fluffy.
It makes a noise.
I think you about killed him.
Fluffy and it makes a noise. Oh my god.
It does make a noise. That thing
Yes,
does.
you know what animal it is. Or the thing it is, or whatever the fuck it is. Animal, person, place.
Okay, so your hints are it's fluffy and it makes noise.
It's fluffy and it makes noise. Fuck you. Fuck you. He just looked at me and he's like, yes, it does. Meaning I'm fluffy and I'm making noise right now.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, he isn't wrong.
Okay, Alicia, think.
Bahram you. Bahram you. Bahram me. Sorry. Every time I say that first one, I have to say the second one. We've had conversations with you about this, Alicia. You were there.
Oh dear Lord! Just imagine how also I had a thought of that. I was gonna message you this the other night, and I totally forgot. But imagine, you know how for the thing of we're doing lives each month talking about the things.
Uh-huh.
We do it while drinking, but somehow figure out a drinking game where it's like take a sip of your drink anytime one of us references a certain thing, or
oh my god,
or one of us like makes the
just
other
with the
laugh.
first book alone, if we use one word for that first book, if you reference a word that starts with the letter H for that book, you have to take a shot.
We're gonna be okay, maybe not shots. I don't think we want to end up with me in the hospital. Like a sip of a drink.
Or anytime someone in the comments mentions said word. But only you and I will know what word it is.
The thing is, I would find a way to accidentally say it. Sips of water.
I could just tell you it's vodka in my glass and it be water.
Oh dear. Or a fun thing. We each make a drink based on the thing. And like have like a drink representing the thing. Or make us figure out a signature cocktail based on our thing. No, kitty.
Possibly.
Ideas. We can work on that.
But did you see the picture, Sam?
I did, yes.
Okay, so you know what
So
animal we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not wrong when I said it made noise.
They do make a lot of noise.
And oh my god, it does work perfectly for us because those things do make a lot of noise.
And I make a lot of noise because I talk a lot. I mean,
Like,
never mind. I was going to say something, but never mind. I will behave myself.
it's like we're on a live show. Remember that.
But we're on my channel, so do I care?
True.
I am the one who got french fries one night during a live show, thinking I had muted my camera, and I didn't.
No, the camera's off. I'm like,
Oh, Nikki says hi.
hi.
He says hi, Nikki. Yeah, we'll talk about the thing and the thing with the thing.
Okay, but the thing with the thing with the thing because of the thing.
Ooh, can you do me a favor, babe? Can you bring me Love and Monsters on the bookshelf?
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that.
The Mel Mel romance shelf
It's like, how many bookshelves do we have?
with the other Max Walker.
Well, you didn't say an author, you just said the title. And do I look like I know the titles?
Upside Down Spine.
That took a little while, but eventually.
Because I want to show you the ridiculousness of this book. Fucking hell, this book came in and I am livid. But apparently, Jeff's is the same way, and so is Lori's.
Now I'm like, I want to buy it and see.
Got this in. So this is there's the spine.
The spine is upside down.
The spine is upside down. And book 2, the spine is correct.
Okay.
Okay.
And my books for Max Walker are stacked like this on the shelf.
So now, oh my god, no.
I will say if you do order this from Amazon, it takes a week or so to get it. It'll ship and then it takes a minute.
That's with every single thing I order from Amazon.
Oh.
Me and Morgan ordered the exact same thing on the exact same day. Like literally, I ordered mine before her, and she got hers 3 days before mine.
It does bother me, Alicia, which is why I'm going to be putting it like this on the bookshelf. It'll be upside down on the shelf, but it'll look right.
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
But I am obsessed with that color pink, though.
I just love the cover.
Bravo is just getting head scratchies. He's just
Just
loving
a little
up
bit
these head scratchies.
No. Adorable.
This is what he does now. Whenever I sit on the couch, he just jumps right up into my lap.
Yeah, it looks red, but it's a pink.
It's just the color, probably in the screen. And
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I love these covers. But this is the only series of his that has these covers.
ooh, that would be a little annoying.
His others either have a hot dude on the cover or it has a cover revamp now. And I'm like, ugh. And the Kindle version of this is a hot guy on the cover. And I'm like, but I want the hot guy on the cover versions that'll match my others. And you don't know how badly I want to read this now, and I can't.
No, you cannot.
Because isn't this September?
I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah. July, August, September, so yeah.
Yeah. But then I was like, is that the order the months go?
But hey, I'm forcing you to read an author I love.
True.
But yeah.
And shockingly, for August, I'll be getting a book read that literally has been on my TBR and I've been wanting to read since before I even knew what Goodreads was and had a Goodreads.
I mean, I will have a book read that month by an author that I still have on my shelf and still have not read their other book that I have on our shelf. That's supposed to be for my secret project that I was originally doing in January and then abandoned. Because it's 45 Mel romances.
I think you just need to.
And I read most of those. That's the only one I haven't read. Well, that and Jock. But I'm going to read Jock soon. Because it's a sports romance.
Not you literally mentioned sports romance and me just going, I now want to read a hockey romance. What do I have on my Kindle?
Have you read Check Please yet?
Yeah.
So cute.
I also want something with smut, so that helps.
I have on my.
But I also don't want to start any more series, so I'm like, I'm fucking trapped.
Fake boyfriends. Fake boyfriends.
Logically, I should probably just keep on. Hey, I can start that one.
Gravity.
No, I was thinking the one that we're buddy reading, the Hat Trick Heart of that one.
Oh, yeah, you could read that one, yeah.
It's hockey.
But that's the start of a series.
Well, fuck you. I take back what I said.
Technically, Gravity is.
If you read it this month, you can get bonus points for buddy read for the card prompt.
Yeah. I already used that for our group book.
You can use the.
And I've also used it for Third Degree. I will be using it for Anarchy.
You can use it for absolutely anything you buddy read.
I know.
You can use it.
Abuse the bonus points.
I will. Trust me, because we are not ending in last place. It's the only place I don't want to be in. If we win, cool. If we don't, cool. I just don't want to be in last. We're too far away from first place right now. Unless someone wants to read Empire the Vampire a couple of times for us.
Well, I know I was going to consider possibly rereading all of Heartstopper. That'll give like 1,000 pages.
I'm not rereading that till July.
Oh, you really think that I'm not going to read it again in July? You're talking to the person that read it twice in 2 weeks.
Don't forget to write it down that we're both buddy reading Red, White, and Royal Blue in July.
I have so many people that I'm buddy reading that with, I'm realizing, because you. But then also I'm buddy reading it with my friends Mac and Reese, because I finally bullied my friend Mac to read it. Because she was like, I have to read it to stay friends before the movie comes out. And I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, uh-huh.
I still need to
And
start.
Alicia said
because
she'll
it's
read
the
it too.
Yay.
I started my reread of Heartstopper because Volume 3 is on Tarot TBR for the month.
Because I'm doing a project in July for my birthday. For my birthday week is all rereads
Ooh.
of favorite Momo romances.
Oh,
And then for a week of Sterling's birthday, I have a list of some of his authors to try that I have put on multiple TBRs and have tried and never get to them. Huh?
I bought some new pens today
No.
and I'm super excited.
No. No. Not like that.
I like how I have all 3 cats on the couch with me now.
Well, I try to recommend books to you. And you don't read them either, so it's fine.
This lump. Poke the mocha.
You do. And I read some of yours.
Not me just going through my Kindle and finding something, and I'm like, ooh, I forgot I had that. But I can't count it for anything because it's just a freaking bonus.
Oh, that's not part of it. The list that I have.
Good night, Alicia.
Good night.
Night, Alicia. The bottom 5.
What the hell do I want to read?
But
A book.
let us start wrapping this up because we're starting to get to nonsense level. Oh, wait.
Starting, we've been here for like an hour.
And I'm starting to go like, I.
Sam's like,
Yeah.
But I do want to thank everybody who joined us for this chaotic, whatever the hell it was, live show. I probably should have just turned this into reading sprints.
probably.
It's tea and tarot reading sprints, and could have done readings during the non-reading sprint moments.
Yeah.
Future editing us will know better for next year.
Future editing us.
It's been a long day, okay?
We'll go with that.
I didn't realize we ever supposed to edit live streams.
I meant future editing us to editing ourselves for next year or the next rounds. If we're doing the same teams and stuff like that, you know? For future, like, fixing ourselves.
I think you're just making it make less sense as you keep on trying to make it make sense.
It makes sense in my head, okay? That's all that matters.
Oh god. I can't feel my cheeks.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
just
But I love
get
it.
a little hope dance.
I'm fucking tired.
But yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, we're wrapping it up.
I
Okay,
was about
cool.
to say, good night.
I hope you
Sleep
guys
tight.
all have a wonderful night. Go follow Sam and Hope. At some point tomorrow, I'll edit the down below and add them, maybe, if I remember. If not, their channel
He's not
names
gonna
are right
remember.
there.
He's not gonna remember.
No.
It'll be 3 weeks from now that I remember. Oh shit, I need to go do that. Let me go do that real fast. But go Chaotic Wilds, Kevin. Keep it up. Look in the group chats and Discord. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah, and I'll do all the things. If you
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this video, if you like these lives,
Thumbs up.
thumbs up, subscribe, do all the things, whatever it is. Remember, kids, always be fabulously yourself. Until next time, bye. Oh shit. I touched the screen and it went away. In broadcast. In broadcast.